It's not even English.
Let's go, baby.
No, into here.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
No, you gotta say it clear, otherwise you won't be able to hear it.
Let's go, baby.
No, so you
Hopefully.
trained today?
Yeah, earlier around like noon or so.
I did the legs.
You did the legs
My
from
legs are
yesterday?
gonna be sore.
I did some shoulders and arms today. A little bit of core. And that's it. I'll take a day off tomorrow. And then we'll start something else on Monday.
Yeah, we'll go back to a build.
You're light these days, eh?
I've been like losing a ton of weight.
Intentionally so?
No, completely like, yeah, it's really weird. I don't know what it is.
Things haven't been like particularly busy.
No,
or nothing
no,
like that,
nothing.
sure.
It's like the only thing I've done, like, I've lost like, well, it's like I'll always be between like never really under 220. And even when I was like in the Ironman, it lasts like all the way up to it. I was like, maybe I saw 219 on the scale.
Right.
And then I started playing. I don't know if it's been like
Maybe
more hockey.
Yeah.
But like I started playing hockey and like I've been eating and like I'm like, what was I the other day? It was like 214.
214
Really?
it was yesterday, yeah.
So it's a significant drop.
Yeah,
too,
it's
man.
like something I haven't ever seen, and I don't notice it. It's not like the only thing that's changed is like I've been playing hockey, and it's a hard workout, but it's like weird. Like you know what that like you would know if you lost like 8 pounds or 6 or 7 pounds lower than you're like even when you like when I fuck off and like stuff, I'm still like okay 221, 222 type of thing, and it's just like. So I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you're like, I haven't weighed like this low since
It's
high
almost
school.
like when, especially when you're that familiar with it, with your weight, it's almost like you're like, don't even want to say it, but it's like, am I sick or something?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
like seriously,
Right.
it's like that. I mean, if it keeps dropping, then something's definitely wrong. But like,
Yeah, if you go below like 205, I'll be like, I'm concerned.
yeah, oh yeah,
You
for
know?
sure. I would be
It's just like, what the hell?
But even when we did like, I don't know, even when we've done all like more cardio,
Right.
heavy intense training, I
Because
never
we went for like a month and a half with that
Well,
stuff.
like I said, I even did the Ironman stuff.
Right.
And that never got me that low. So it's not like, I don't know if it's just the combination of like hockey and then now that training's like,
Right.
I mean, I'm definitely not like, if you dropped, I don't know what it is.
But you feel good, though.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm light really, but we'll see. I'm going to try and just like eat like an asshole for a little and then do less like high rock style training and then see if it like comes back a little bit.
What's your weight at right now?
we've actually kind of like met in the middle because I'm just 220 as of today pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's like my all-time high.
Yeah.
Usually I walk around at more so what you're at right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
kinda
yeah.
pass each other on the way in the opposite
Yeah.
direction, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, one interesting thing about that is that I mean, you get to a point where sometimes the body has a mind of its own. And
I guess,
getting
yeah.
your head over it and things like that, but it ebbs and flows. It's like sometimes there's no rhyme or reason to it.
I know, but it's like I haven't seen two that low in
No.
like
Yeah.
6-7 years,
Right, and,
type of
and
thing.
you've been doing very endurance.
Yeah,
oriented
so it's like I could see during that just it dropping completely,
Yes.
but like yeah, so
right.
we'll see. Nothing's really like
I'd be curious how sweat tests compare between things like hockey, where you're in like heavy equipment, jersey, etc.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't hydrate as much in the winter, even if they, just intuitively they don't feel as though they need to, etc. Whereas
Yeah.
I'm sure for your, whether it be high rock or training for Ironmans and things like that, you're probably, especially in the summertime, you're probably hydrating so much.
oh you have to,
right?
otherwise you just
Right.
you fail basically.
But I get what you're saying. During the wintertime, it's like nobody ever drinks because
And
it's
I
like
like
you're not
play hard. I
sweating, you're
try
not
and-
hot, you're just,
I
just,
try and drink and stay hydrated, but it is crazy. Like you wear your watch when you train, like do you track it that way? So you know the metrics. For 55 minutes of hockey, I burned like 1,100 calories.
It's crazy,
Yeah,
right?
So
That's a
it's
lot.
like
Yeah.
like and to do a workout like I'd have to train for 2 hours at high intensity to burn that much.
It's that what it really is it's interval training, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a sprint sport. You're on like at the elite level. You're on the ice for what, like 45.
Oh,
seconds?
Yeah.
If you're stuck out there for over a minute, you've had too long of a shift.
Oh yeah, it's cool to see too, because like I'll look at the heart rate on my hockey workouts because I just track it like it's indoor hockey is the thing, and it's like up down up down. So it's cool to see because I see my heart rate come right back down, and like it maxes out at like 180, 190 sometimes, but it's like my average heart rate is then 140 or something, 130.
Right. It's also a lot more sporadic in nature than what you'd be doing in the gym. Like everything here is pre-planned.
Yeah.
You know, and like you've got this interval for this or this Tabata.
Yeah.
You're going through this phasic nature.
Yeah.
In hockey, it's like you got to work wherever the puck is going, where your position demands. Right. It can vary from shift to shift.
So I don't know if that's like, now that I've been doing it more, that just a combination of everything. But like I said, I'm gonna go back to like heavy training and try and like it'd be cool to see over now like the next because January 1st we started at 60 days.
We did.
And that was like we went 10 days on, call it like strength training, so lower reps, mile reps, 5 sets.
Just
we'll
heavy,
do 10 sets of 8 or something like that, right? Like strength training. And then we'd go 10 days of like high rock style, so more definitely endurance. Okay. And so we'd go 10 days, 10 days, 10 days, 10 days, and just keep rotating back and forth.
Oh, it's like an undulating approach. That's really cool.
And I don't know, we were just fucking around with it, but did that for January, February. And I was probably like mid 220s in January. And now I'm down to say 10 pounds less, and then see over the next
That's
like
a
2
lot of
months if
weight,
I could
man,
now it's gonna I'm gonna try and
See
go
if you
like
can
get back up to like 230.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
But
Yeah, that would be heavy.
and that's what I was
I
like
know.
at one point in the last like year and a half. I've been
Well,
like a
remember when-
lean to high 220s, and I saw 220,
Yeah,
230,
when you
231.
and I were like aiming to like, I was losing and you were gaining, and we're like, we had set whoever comes there closer, like gets there, and it was close. I mean, at the end, it was relatively close, but we're still off. I was off by like 5-6 pounds, I think.
Yeah, I just anything when you're at your heaviest, if you start to like turn anything on, like even if you higher intensity than the gym, you start to go down in weight. Really,
Like, you miss one meal that day, you're busy at work.
Yeah,
Right.
Maybe, you have a high stress day, you get more steps running around the mall or something like
Yeah.
that.
yeah. You're like
Tiny
all time
steps.
high. You don't really like stay at until you like have a 2-3 pound plus from your like median weight, and then you can start to get up there.
Well,
but-
when we did the high rocks, switching back to high rocks and like heavy lifts every whatever it was, 10 days on, 10 days off, it was like my weight would fluctuate. As soon as I started doing heavy weight was going up, and the high rocks just like kept on going down. So it was just like, and it was everywhere between like 5 to 7 pounds difference per like 10 days. Weird, yeah.
Too is that when you have drastically different training styles and stuff like that, and you get those like high inflammatory responses after like a really high workout, sometimes even if you're in a calorie deficit and you're in a very prolonged cut, like the water retention from that systemic stress, that inflammation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're like a water balloon, and you're like, why is the scale going the wrong way? And it's just kind of like this involuntary cortisol release. Right?
Yeah.
People
That's a
forget,
good
like,
point.
whether it's
Yeah,
mental
yeah.
or physical, that cortisol is a sponge, right?
Right.
That's why, and like it's why you feel that, especially going from like again high rocks. Like we'll do lots of rowing and shit one week or 10 days, and then you go to like I gotta do 6 reps here, and you're like just toast the next day and stuff because you're going like heavy again. But it's good to. I'm ready to just go back to
just like,
and just do a little bit of cardio, like
Right.
do a couple longer cardio sessions a week, and like just to stay on the bike.
Yeah,
and then do like heavy stuff because it works. I mean,
well, I'm still trying to lose weight, but it's like my cardio is just gonna be the same or up it a little bit, but I'll go to heavyweight training.
yeah, I guess it would be one thing if you did the same. It would have been cool if like your weight was doing the same as mine.
Yeah.
As drastic.
I know.
Then I'd be like, okay, I don't have something I got to get checked out.
But it's like everyone's like reaction is different, right? Everyone reacts to a type of training differently. If I do the same training as you, my body might react differently than his training, right?
Absolutely. And the variations in weight, those discrepancies grow the larger a man is too, right?
Yeah.
The guy, hydrates a little less that day, misses a meal or whatever, and he's 350.
Right.
He's carrying a lot more water mass to begin
Yeah.
with,
Right.
a lot more everything mass,
Yeah.
like the non-lean tissue, right?
Yeah.
So you're also incurring a lot more fatigue when you have a larger frame.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say if you're a strongman, you might take your last major big lift 2 to 3 weeks out. Same with large power lifters, right? Just because there's so much more raw tissue for them to recover from a muscular standpoint.
Yeah.
Whereas you'll notice that a lot of those CrossFit women, they perform very close to their maxes rather
All the
on
time.
a very daily basis.
Yeah.
You know, they might do like a 90% snatch, like 3 days out. Powerlifters might take a triple that's like 5 pounds below their max, and you're like, I couldn't fathom doing 3 reps within 5 pounds of my max, but so much less tissue recover, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah, versus big guys or girls type of thing.
Absolutely.
Nice. Hey, have you been back to Windsor at all? Do you go back and forth?
I did all the way from September until December. I think the 17th. 17th of December was my last time down.
So you don't have, there's no reason for you to go back there and stuff?
Not until graduation in June.
Oh,
Yeah, the
nice.
convocation ceremony or whatever. So.
I gotta go down there.
What do you need to pick up?
I gotta drop tea off, but I don't know what just made me think of that. Isn't there? Do I have to go down there for anything? Don't I have to go down there for something? I told my mom, I was like,
Oh no, maybe you want to do a workout with her.
no. It was something machine or like, I don't know.
Piece of equipment,
Maybe, yeah, it was something like that, or dropping one off, or like, I just can't remember. I know it was like, I don't know. And then it was
Did the guy fall through who was supposed to pick up that machine?
yeah,
Oh,
both of them. I got to get rid of that. Chest press, the seated row, and the dip.
Right. Was that those? I think 2 of those were Life Fitness pieces, right?
Yeah, they're both. Whatever. No, Atlantis.
Oh, they were
aren't
Atlantis.
they? No. What are the ones down there?
I don't know.
I forget. I know the ones you're referring to though.
The set. I think it's Atlantis.
Were they red seats or were they? The black and
No,
white?
black.
Oh, they might have been Life Fitness then.
Is that what they are? Life Fitness, the
Yeah,
Urban
a lot
Series
of your
ones.
Cybex stuff is the black and
Yeah.
red stuff. Yeah.
No, but I gotta. And then that room, Mike's gonna paint that wall a little bit.
Which room?
You know where the graffiti comes, like the graffiti room has the window, the wall, the
Yeah.
window.
100%.
He's on the white side of it. He's gonna expand it out a little
Oh,
bit.
so it's like creeping out at the window.
Just so
and
it's a little
coming
bit of
out.
color on that side,
Yeah.
and then I gotta figure out something to do on the black wall.
Yeah, that's parallel to the black wall across that you
Yeah,
guys just painted.
yeah.
Okay, that wall. Yeah.
Yeah, so just to give that room a little.
When's he
more,
doing
but
that?
I don't know. I just brought it up to him. I was like, "You want to do this now that it's painted black, and
Yeah.
then just like to add some color on that wall."
Yeah, he'll
So-
probably jump in soon.
Yeah,
he loves
probably.
that shit.
Yeah, and then still some more to replace on that side, and I'm starting to like that side more. Not that
Oh,
I
it's a
didn't. I
nice
just kept
side,
saying
yeah.
like
Biased, but it's just close. Yeah.
just that white room. I keep saying it, but it just had no like character.
It's very sterile.
Yeah.
So
So
like a warehouse gym where it's like 50-foot ceilings and so everything's like white walled.
yeah.
Yeah, like I'll tell you right now, like just anecdotally, I know that like when you used to be in like solitary confinement or something, they make all the walls white because it was a punishment. It
Yeah.
would drive you crazy.
Yeah.
So even to the like,
Look at that. Yeah.
yeah, it's just some weird like
Yeah,
Hannibal
weird
Lecter,
shit,
like,
yeah.
like Sounds of the Lamb stuff.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like it's like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
some,
it makes
sense,
like,
though.
some,
It's just like-
yeah,
But it's
exactly.
like, what
Yeah.
guy came up with that? It's like, let's paint
Someone who
those
spent a lot of time in a white room.
Yeah, so it was like, this is painful. Like,
some psycho.
Right.
Yeah.
To this day, like whenever I'm in a white room, just not even thinking to that, I'm a little bit off kilter. I'm a
should
little
have
bit
told
like,
me earlier.
yeah. Like, why is Kyle afraid of any of the white walls?
No, but it's just that. Yeah, exactly that. Like even the black room has like it's more as the wall, the accent wall. Like that room just never had any character. So now that it's painted black and it's gonna be more like. Have more
Well, even with the
character.
graffiti coming out, that's
Yeah.
going to be a cool feature.
Just simple, like nothing
Yeah.
crazy.
Absolutely. The cool thing is too is like I know that's why they use black for a lot. The better produced shows where you can see the competitors a lot better.
Yeah.
They do a black backdrop. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
new
yeah.
Detroit Pro that Fuad's putting
Yeah.
on. He got a lot of appreciation for that.
Yeah.
Because you can see the physique a lot better, but usually they want to use that for ad space, so it's either
Yeah,
flashing
yeah.
or light.
Yeah.
But even for people's check-ins and stuff, typically, especially if a guy's lighter in complexion, you can see a lot better. Like you do, like some of like your update pictures in that far room. It's very dark, right?
Yeah.
Those hex lights.
Yeah, it's like cheating though.
Yes, exactly.
But it
The thing
plays
is,
a
like-
big role.
Yeah,
Lighting
for
is
sure.
key, right?
Yeah.
The thing is like we're kind of we kind of have a disadvantage being so pale. We wash out easy, so you almost
Yeah.
need that contrast.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's why you got a tan and shit when you go on stages and
Yeah.
stuff. They just like spray you.
Yeah, and even guys like someone of my complexion or Ian's might have to get 2 coats depending
Mm.
how well they prep their skin. If they do some tanning on their own time, it could be could be a bed, it could be outdoors, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it in terms of the skincare.
Yeah.
But sometimes even then, man, like you'll see photos from a show where there'd be a guy like Dorian Yates. You're like, oh, I don't know if he got that one over that Egyptian guy or whatever. And everyone there will tell you it's like, no, like even with all the tan on, those guys who have like the really fair, grainy skin, they just don't photograph as well, and there's just a glare thing.
Yeah.
So it's almost a disadvantage. Would we
It is
consider it?
in person? Like it's different in person.
Yeah.
But people photograph. You ever know? Some girls when they wear a lot of like, makeup and they're very fair, they call it flashback on a camera, right? So like they'll have like a big glare on their skin, and it makes them it washes out detail. So it's the same thing with someone who's fair in complexion when they step on a bodybuilding stage.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know what the hell that was.
That was outside, huh?
Maybe
a
a
lot of critters around here.
Yeah, it could be a squirrel or something.
yeah.
So when I first came here, there was you know what a martin is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a big weasel.
Yeah.
There was one of those. He popped his head out from.
Oh,
under
they
the
hang out
story.
all over there,
Yeah.
like rabbit. The other day, I was out at the front door, opened it, and a bunny was sitting right there, or a rabbit or whatever.
Dude, it's like there's so many in my backyard, man. Every time my dog goes out, starts chasing one. Just one of these days is gonna get it. It's gonna be
It's gone now, so it's not a person or
Yeah.
something back
London
there.
is lousy with rabbits. It's
yeah.
insane.
It's so crazy. Every morning I get up to even to come do cardio or whatever. It's just like I see him. It's
Yeah, and you can get so close to them.
Yes.
So close,
Yeah.
especially when they're babies.
yeah.
And that's more of a like paralysis by more of a fear response.
Right.
But I can't believe like versus when I lived out in the country.
Yeah.
Even little cottontails, like they were so afraid of you.
Yeah.
You're in the city, you can almost step
Because they're
on them.
used
Yeah.
to it. They're like they adapt to it,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Have you watched any of the Arnold stuff? Like, do you watch it?
Absolutely.
It's a big show, eh? This weekend. eh?
Yeah.
No, like why are you laughing, man? It is. It's like
Yeah, it's like me
I don't
saying,
know
hey,
much
do you
about-
know the Super Bowl? That's a big game, huh?
Well, okay, relax. So what did they do?
brings him on here to shame him for not knowing. So our next guest doesn't even know who the Arnold Schwarzenegger is.
Yeah. No, that's his buddy, right? That's you.
That's my boy. Yeah. No, but it's like they have a whole bunch of different events going
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Actually, Arnold
is
is-
everything.
So the Arnold Sports Festival, it is literally everything. So you got all the main strength and physique
Let's see
sports.
what. Go ahead. No.
And it's pretty much all of them are essentially the second biggest event in their sport aside from their Super Bowl. So, like, for example, aside from the World's Strongest Man,
Yeah.
Arnold is the second biggest. Aside from the Olympia, the Arnold is the next biggest bodybuilding show.
Oh, okay.
With, like, Olympic weightlifting, essentially. There's probably a bunch of CrossFit. They do arm wrestling. They do...
Arm wrestling. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, they do
That's-
like,
yeah.
all kinds of wrestling, like Roman Greco, sumo. What's the one that's really big? Oh, even like the WWE type of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's everything. And then you get the expo where it's just like anyone who falls under that's kind of that fitness influencer or that fitness industry.
So it's like every influencer, every like wants to be there to go there and to see it. I mean, even private people. I mean, I would love to go see it just to see what it is all about.
Oh, absolutely. It's somewhere between like the Olympics and like Cirque du Soleil. It's a freak show.
shit,
It's
okay.
really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people from all different eras too. Like you might go and meet like Ronnie Coleman, for example. People who were at
That's
their
pretty
prime
sick.
20 years ago.
You know who
Yeah.
that is?
Yeah, man, poor fucker's in a wheelchair now. Holy shit. That guy used to be a freak. I remember the first time I saw him, I was like, is this even real? Can people exist like this? It was crazy, man.
Is he still in a wheelchair?
Well, he's going back and forth, man. Like, what happened with him? His back got blown out? Or, like, was it just the fact that he was lifting,
Probably
like,
just everything,
wild?
yeah.
So the one that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back was a botched surgery.
cow.
So he kept going back to the same guy who he had a bit of a reputation with other bodybuilders for kind of screwing up disc surgeries.
Yeah.
Went back to him one time for it was either a hip or a disc, something along those lines, and that was the one that just did him in, and he's been in that state ever since. And
Like, what the hell? So the surgeon messed it up.
Oh, this is a pro. I wouldn't, with all due respect, I wouldn't I wouldn't accuse Ronnie of being terribly smart. So,
Yeah.
like, and everyone warned him. Like, I've heard stories of like everyone in those circles warning him. All the people in positions of experience, all the coaches, all of his former peers and competitors.
Yeah.
They all warned him, like, hey man, like this guy he's a bit of a shyster. Like, he might end your career, and he was already retired at this point, mind you. But
that's
damage was
that's
done.
wild, man. It's sad. It's sad to see him that way. You know what I mean? It's like the guy used to be a cop. Like, that's wild. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
And eating so much. You see how much every day, constantly. You watch videos. He's like just like
Arm wrestling, arm lifting, strict curl.
Focus on grip
Oh,
strength.
I know what the arm lifting is.
What's arm lifting?
Well, I think grip strength. No.
It does grip strength. Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Is it like with your fingers holding like heavy weight?
Firefighter's really cool. I like that. My brother's a full-time firefighter.
Strict curl. That's the one where did you see that firefighter?
So it's right up from arm wrestling. Next one up. Yeah,
Oh,
there you
wow.
go. That's really big.
Strongest
Wow, that's kinda cool.
firefighter. That
I
would
think
be
that's
sick to
dope.
see.
Yeah, just because you have to be like.
But it's like, what did they base on the strongest? Like just heavy lifting, or are they
Well,
doing
whatever the
actually like
things
running
are.
up like with heavy
No.
equipment upstairs and like?
No.
I'm
I
sure
think
this is more akin to like a strongman event.
Yeah.
Just a guess.
Okay.
Just based on the title, I mean, like there are a lot of first responder events. Like there's a lot of like firefighting skill competitions.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'm misnaming
right.
it, but it's really big in Eastern Europe, and they'll like throw a ladder. And
Ladders,
line up
and
teams.
run
Yeah,
up
yeah,
and do
yeah.
all
It'll be an
wild as
obstacle
shit.
course, but they're throwing down the ladder,
Right.
sprinting up, and
Yeah.
doing a jump off of a wall and
Yeah.
all this stuff.
Yeah.
Dance and look, they got
really
foosball.
cool.
Oh wow.
I don't want you playing none of that foosball, Bobby Boucher.
That's pretty.
So
funny.
what would be now the biggest competition? Would be the strongman competition and the bodybuilding competition?
I'd
Is
say
that
those
what
are
it
the
is?
two highlights.
Yeah,
Like, in
bodybuilding
terms,
for
yeah.
sure.
in terms of marquee events, kind of like your 100-meter dash in the Olympics, I'd say it's probably a tie between bodybuilding and strongman.
Okay.
But everything is there.
And you
everything
probably
is-
see like cool machines. They probably have like new machines that are
yeah.
coming out. Yeah.
half the expo is it's kind of like we were just watching in that video we opened with.
Yeah.
It's just a giant expo. Everyone's selling stuff. Could be supplements. It could be equipment like Panada or Prime, or even some wackier stuff out there that's even cooler, some new stuff. People come from all over the world too. Like, it's not just an American event.
Right. Right.
They will host this another 2 weeks in UK, Brazil, and
So they move around.
there's I think there's 3 major ones right now, right? Ian? It's
Yeah, but
Brazil,
they don't move around. They're all like
Based.
there's 3.
Yeah.
There's one in thing
Oh,
every
I
year.
see.
There's one
I
in thing
see.
every
Yeah.
year.
And is it all like
They'll rotate.
Arnold's? Like, is it 3 Arnold's
It's
or?
all Arnold Festival, but you have this is the biggest one, the Arnold
Okay.
Ohio,
Okay.
the Arnold Brazil, which I'm sure is Rio de Janeiro or something,
Yeah.
and then Arnold UK is usually I think London.
Okay.
So
Look, strongest firefighter, log clean and press,
bingo,
shield carry. That's what Aldo was talking about.
that's a tough one, man.
Kabuki trap bar. So trap bar deadlift,
It's just a
basically.
fancy bar. I know.
Sandbag.
Steeplechase.
So the guy who that's named after the Kabuki trap bar, I'm sure engineered it. He was a world record holding powerlifter for a long time, but he's actually more famous for designing a lot of the parts on off-road vehicles. He's an engineer.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
So he started
Wow.
out he made millions off of designing like the shock systems for those like the dune buggies.
Yeah.
He made all kind. He made stuff that was like all terrain for mountain environments. He grew up in the mountains in Oregon or something to that effect. And then he made his buck off of that, and then he started up Kabuki Strength, which was all these different deadlift bars and all these different transformer bars. Have you heard of those?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
can change it to like a million different settings, and it could be like a safety squad or a Zercher or all
Yeah.
that stuff. But he
He engineered all those.
yes,
As
and now
well.
the best or most popular rather deadlift bar for powerlifting is a Kabuki deadlift bar because it's got a lot of whip to it. So you can
But it's
pull
still
a
just
lot.
as far as it's just a regular bar though. Like it's not in some weird shape or anything.
No, so the deadlift bar, like they are longer.
Yeah.
They are thinner in diameter and have a wicked knurling on it. That's like it's like sandpaper or like shark
Yeah.
skin. It's wicked.
Yeah.
Look at ambulance
Yeah.
tire axle press,
Oh
That's
shit.
cool.
silver dollar,
deadlift.
hoist lift, fire hydrant, load series, commercial
That's
lift
sports
and
specific,
carry
there
a
you go.
fire hydrant shape. Obviously, cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. I gotta show my brother that. He'd probably be really into that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So is there anything on today's Saturday? Is there anything on right now?
They got the open finals probably on around, not far off anyways.
It's probably like
Starts at 8
highlight of the
maybe,
night.
but it's the same shit. It's like starts at 8 and the best part's on at midnight.
12 o'clock.
Yeah,
It's like UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's on here. I'm sure it is.
I think
Didn't-
last year I actually gave up on the final because they
It's
did
so
all the
hard.
women's events first.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then they did the open bodybuilding last, and they do that like Jeopardy stuff where they're like, and the winner is
Yeah.
Mm.
cut to commercial.
Yeah.
Cut to commercial, yeah.
And then you end up somehow it's like 1 a.m. and you're watching them hand out an award to the guy you knew was winning in prejudging yesterday. It's like, why did I do this to myself?
Yeah.
Like,
Didn't Nate go out there?
yeah, he and Andrew are there right now. Yeah,
Are they? Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
They're probably
Yeah.
going to be watching that open bodybuilding final anytime now. But yeah, we were all in
Why
Niagara
doesn't this
yesterday
work?
so he could take his last heavy squat before his powerlifting.
Oh
meet.
yeah.
I think that's two weeks from now, though. I think.
Okay.
I'll have to ask him. Just terrible friend for not knowing, I guess.
Is that what he just did the other day that I saw?
Yeah, that 650-pound squat. It's pretty nice.
Crazy.
That's pretty heavy, man. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I was just trying not to crap myself doing the hooks for that monolift.
Yeah.
If I miss this and I kill this
Yeah.
guy, man, like
It's
this is such
all
a bad
you.
look.
Yeah. You don't want to be
It's
that guy.
No, like, dude, this is gonna be a long walk home from Niagara, dude. Like, yeah, it's funny. Drew was really eager to get me out there, and I wasn't sure why at first. And then I realized he wanted to bench like 550 in a shirt. And he needs someone to like lift off for him, while Nate's also right next to him doing a 650-pound squat.
Yeah.
So I'm running back and forth, spotting Andrew with 550 on his chest, and then I'm going back and I'm running the hooks for Nate, right?
Yeah.
And neither of which I do very often. It's been 6 years since I was in world champs for powerlifting. So
Okay.
It's
Where was that at?
so when I did it, it was in Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, so not terribly far. Quick little 2-hour flight, and I used to have a lot of fun with that actually. So seeing Nate and Andrew do it yesterday, kind of I was like,
Yeah.
dang, like that was
You
kind
kind
of
of miss
fun.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, not enough to do it again, but
Yeah. But you reminiscing about it sometimes.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sure like Ian, you used to compete on stage.
Yeah.
So like I'm sure there's days where like when you see a show or something, you're like, oh man, like
Yeah.
I remember those days, you get that fire in your eyes. But you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
not quite bad enough. Like
Yeah.
No, the closest thing I've got to that is like seeing my weight at 214 and wondering if I can get to
Might as well do a
230.
show
And
now,
no, not even, but like seeing if I could like
Jack up to
because you
230.
have like kind of
Yeah.
like.
I mean, it's a challenge. It's
Yeah.
something new, right?
But
So how long did you compete in strongman then?
Oh, powerlifting. So
Yeah.
powerlifting was
Sorry, powerlifting,
It was
yeah.
actually I was talking about this today. It was actually a relatively short run.
Mm-hmm.
When you're young, you're made of rubber and magic, right? So I thought I was bulletproof, and it was about 4 years before I got banged up enough that I was like, you know what? I think looking strong is enough for me. So, and yeah, it was quick. Like there's a saying in powerlifting that the brightest stars burn out the quickest.
Yeah.
So you get strong really, really fast. You know, you're young and dumb and full,
Right,
you know what?
yeah.
And then you're like, yeah, you know, like I'll never get hurt and I'll live forever and everything. You know, life's
Yeah.
peachy, right? And,
Yeah.
and then you like tear a pack off the bone or something. Like
Oh.
that. You're like, oh man, I gotta get a job with a pension. I gotta get healthcare benefits.
Yeah. So how did you what made you decide doing like strong like powerlifting or whatever? Was it just like somebody told you, man, you're pretty strong, you should like try, or?
Honestly, yeah, but at the time it was kind of in a backhanded way. So I went to university as a track athlete.
Oh
I
shit,
was
okay.
a sprinter.
Yeah.
So I was at the national level for that here, and like obviously, like I was probably always better equipped to do something more in like the context of powerlifting or bodybuilding or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm a little over 5'8", and of the Caucasian variety, so like not the best fit as a 100-meter sprinter when you see guys like Usain Bolt out there.
Smiling at people
The
running.
same, yeah, exactly.
Just
Yeah,
like-
like sticking his tongue out and running
Yeah,
by you,
yeah.
and your family's crying. In
Yeah.
the audience, you're like, yeah. They just leave before you even get. Yeah. But so I went to university, and I remember my coach at the time. I was getting banged up a lot. And it was because we were doing stuff like it would be October, and there'd be a rainstorm, and we'd start the first half of the workout indoors on a 200-meter track. And then he'd be like, you know what, guys, this is good for our resolve. Let's go run sprints outdoors in the middle of a storm on a wet track. So you're slipping around and everything. You're cold. Plus, you're coming from a warm environment to a cold one.
You can like pull something really quickly.
Well, it's like you take rubber out of heat and you put it in the cold. What happens? It breaks.
Breaks, right? Yeah.
Muscle elasticity is not so different.
Yeah.
So I got hurt a lot, pulled some more hamstrings and all that fun stuff. And then I was still strong in the weight room on things like bench press. You know, I was maintaining some upper body strength, doing bike work for cardio, and just controlling what I could, letting the rest go. And then our head coach for sprints at the time, he would always say, he's like, man, it doesn't matter how strong you are if it doesn't translate to the track. If you're not healthy, like, just go powerlift.
Right.
Like, just be done with it, man. He's like, you just want to bench press all day. And I'm like, well, this is all I can do, to be fair. So I'm like, this wasn't of my own volition, my man. Like, I was like, this is by necessity. I'm just bored. Like, and the injury's down here. Like, man, like, cut me a break. But then he said it enough that eventually I was like, all right, I will. And then, you know, I would walk for like an hour. I didn't have a car at the time. So I'd walk to this this gym called Android Bodies in Guelph, where I was in university. And it was January 2016. I think I was 19 years old. I started powerlifting. Funny enough, my first coach was in person and everything, so I got really lucky, which is something I always try to express to clients now, is that having that third eye in person, that informs, it helps.
Yeah.
It's of immense value.
Yeah.
It makes all the difference in the world, especially when you're just kind of on the precipice of it, when you're just kind of easing into the sport. Yeah. There's so many things you don't even think to ask over a phone. Whereas if someone's there over top of you sussing it out, you know, it's going to come up organically, but like, you don't know what you don't know heading into it. Right. I can't be mad at someone if they're like, hey man, I didn't know that you had to bring a sock for the tanning before. You know what that's about? Or like things like that. I'm like, dude, how did you not know? I'm like, or they're like, hey man, like they're having us go for like, I'm talking bodybuilding here. Like, we're going out for like a 30-second posing round, and then we're coming back and we're comparing, and then we're doing a 1-minute individual routine. And like, they said my music won't work because it's got a cuss word in it. Like, apparently you can't post like all gold everything by
what a noob.
James. So like, yeah. So like, but I'm like, hey man, like, in all fairness, I wouldn't have known that if I didn't have someone in person. So my first coach. And I grew up with every coach you had was in person. Yeah. Hockey, track and field, football. Right. So I just kind of stayed on that track. And then powerlifting, first coach was in person. Bodybuilding, first coach was in person. But regardless, getting away from the point, sorry. This coach, when I was still a track athlete in university, kept saying, like, you know what? If this is all you want to do, if this is all you're good at, you might as well just go powerlift. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, I feel like I'm kind of tuck and tail here, but he might actually have a point, even though he doesn't mean it. It's not a compliment, but like, he might, in a really dumb way, be right. Yeah. And then I competed that April, and I caught the bug. Okay. I had a ton of fun with it for 4 years before I hurt myself again, and was like, all right, next thing. I get to choose my next poison now. And
I've never really cared about, like, I mean, I not that I dislike it or anything, but like powerlifting or like, you know, I lifted heavy, but all just relative to like bodybuilding training. So yeah, I never like got a.
I enjoy seeing it happen when somebody does crazy weight. It's just like, man, that like how much the human body can handle, right? I mean, what did the guy actually do? I saw this was at the Arnold, right? Wasn't it the guy from the mountain? Iceland. Didn't he like deadlift 1,000-some pounds?
Yes, sir. And that's not his best either. So that's Hafthor Bjornsson, played the mountain in Game of Thrones, as you were saying. Right. Iceland. Yeah. And yesterday, and this is in like a full competition too. I do think it was the first event, but he's like 6'9" or 10, 450 pounds as we speak. Deadlifted 1,050.
See, that's what I mean. It's like, do you know what 1,000 pounds is? Like, can you even fathom that in your head? Like, that's a lot of weight that he just holds on to. Yeah. Lifts it from the dead ground is amazing. I mean, that to me is amazing. I mean, it's just like, wow. Yeah.
And his best is 1,100 actually. He's pulled 501 kg. Yeah. And that's to beat Eddie Hall. Do you know Eddie Hall?
Yeah, I know. British guy. Yeah.
So a great example of what you're expressing is first of all, like, you can't capture the gravity or like the physical strain of that until you've done it, which only 2 men in history have. But when you see Eddie Hall do it, He stands up, and his nose starts bleeding profusely. All the blood vessels in his eyes are popping.
Yeah.
And
See, that's insane.
Yeah, and his blood pressure is so high in that moment, which, like, you know, that's whose wouldn't be.
Yeah.
It looks like his face is this cherry tomato that's about to just
Blow up. Yeah, just
Right.
like boom.
Yeah, and a lot of guys they'll pass out underneath of like a 400-pound log press, and they'll just drop, or an axle press. Like
See, I
these
did
guys
2
will pass out.
2 plates on the leg press yesterday. Fuck, I think I'm going down.
Yeah, but it's just it's unbelievable to me. I mean, and the fact that he's so tall, so the
Yeah.
distance that he's actually lifting
Yeah,
from the floor all the way up is like so much further than shorter guys.
he's the same height as LeBron James, I believe.
Yeah, that's insane.
Picture LeBron James trying to do something like that. That'd be hilarious.
I'd love to see him in person. How big that of a human that is.
That's when you
Hard
see
to
that
comprehend.
scale. Oh, sorry. go ahead.
No. Just, hard to comprehend how that.
It's when you meet these guys. I can say from experience. You know Flex Lewis.
Yeah.
So I met him my first year bodybuilding. I went to the Toronto Pro Expo. Was not competing. I was the next week at a little regional because I was just a little kid at the time. But I met Flex Lewis, and I was in good shape, but it felt like him being at like 5'5", 5'6", you could fit 4 of my forearms into his,
Yeah.
10 of my calves into his,
Yeah.
and it looked like if you poked him hard enough, you'd break your finger. Like he just looked like he was cut from granite.
Yeah.
He
That's
didn't look
that's
like
a big
human
guy.
being.
It's a big guy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now that guy's 5'5".
Holy.
And you
Yeah.
see pictures of guys like Jay Cutler. He's probably about 5'9", 300 pounds or close to it on stage. And you see guys like Brian Shaw, like taking pictures with him. He's about around the height and size of Half Thor. And it looks like they're like taking a picture with a little kid.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's
bringing
like,
kid to work.
I know, it's so, like, people don't, if you've never seen, like, a full-blown pro or something like that, like,
In any sport.
yeah, in any sport, really, but let alone, like, bodybuilding. Like, it's, you can't comprehend that, like,
No, it's wild.
mass.
I think the closest we got to seeing that in action and giving an appreciation for it was Pros versus Joes. Remember that show?
I remember that
So
show. Wasn't that a
best.
Spike TV
Yeah,
show?
yeah,
Yeah, both
Dude,
from
everything
Spike.
good was on Spike.
Yeah. 28. I don't know. I guess that's like, that was the channel it was on for me.
I don't even
Yeah,
remember
dude.
the channel, but it was like Spike
That's why
TV.
you watch all these
Legendary.
ATF videos to this day.
Yeah.
Do you remember when they
Well,
beat-
sorry. It's like they all did just go on YouTube and make, it's like the
Yeah.
same shit. But that was like, Spike was like before YouTube. So it's like,
Yeah,
oh, really?
that was the original.
literally, it was, do you remember when they cut to commercial and a random montage of like something emptying a chamber and all the shells fly out on like a minigun?
Yeah.
And it would be like a girl in a bikini like
Yeah,
running her
yeah.
hand between her
Yeah,
tits or
yeah.
something.
Yeah,
And then
it
it'd be
was
like her
wild.
sweat, and then it would be like 2 guys fighting
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
their bones crack.
Yeah.
That was like their thing, right? Like,
then-
are you talking about, like, that was like the,
They had all these absurd shows like 1,000 Ways to Die or some type of shit.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah, Ultimate Warrior was another
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
They-
yeah.
but wasn't what you're talking about, like, their, like, that was their, like, little reel, right? Is that what you're talking about?
What do you mean?
Like their
Like
commercial.
that commercial, like the
Yeah,
Spike
like,
TV
so-
commercial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so whenever they would cut to commercial, they'd have their own little
Yeah, yeah.
montage, and at the end, you'd see the Spike logo.
Yeah.
After you watch, like, soft porn, 2 guys clobber each other, a rocket launcher
Yes.
blowing up a school. Like, it
And
was
then the
crazy
actual
stuff.
commercial started, right?
And then the actual
Yeah,
commercials would
yeah,
start. Yeah, it was great. The sound, it was like a 5 gum commercial on steroids. It was great.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get more action. That was their catchphrase.
Yeah.
You called that.
Dude, you can't forget.
I
all
know.
the poker
It's
chips, right?
legendary, man.
Yeah. Oh, the car crash. I forgot the car crash.
This is awesome.
Why don't
This is
You
this
called
is-
all
yeah,
that.
all of that.
was close.
It's hard.
That's so
I was
funny.
like, as he was like calling, I was like, yeah, I remember it. It
I
was
know.
just
That's because
wild.
I was like, I remember that.
the
Yeah.
member berries, man? It's just
That's what you grew up on, man. That's
Yeah.
like you'll never have that again, ever, ever. That was wild.
it's all on YouTube now. Thank God. But
Yeah.
that was like the original home of UFC. I'm pretty sure.
It,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
It was. That's where they started. Yeah.
Pay-per-views.
Yeah.
I think that they had like everything on, like just everything testosterone was on.
Yeah.
You might as well just call that thing like Teen Nation or something.
Right.
Let's see. Deadliest Warrior.
Yeah.
That's the one I was talking about.
1,000 Ways to Die. Yeah. There you go. Pros for Joes. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Ultimate Fighter. Yeah.
We're growing up on Ultimate Fighter.
Bar
so-
Rescue. Remember that?
Yeah, Bar Rescue was good.
Auction Hunters. World's Wildest Police.
Blue Mountain State.
Yes,
Let's
classic.
go.
Yeah.
Stripperella with Pamela Anderson.
Blade the series.
Mansers.
I remember that one. That was great.
Yeah. TNA Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cops.
Yeah. Jail.
Why you're so sweaty? I was watching Cops. My dad watched.
I'm surprised
all
that
the CSI
Dog the
shows,
Bounty
dude.
Hunter wasn't on there. Where was Dog the Bounty Hunter
I
on?
think he was on A&E or whatever it
Yeah.
was. That was like the kind of like that was like the Wish version of Spike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that one played a lot of good movies though. It would play
Right.
like all the Die Hards
It's
and
still on,
Lethal
I
Weapon.
feel,
Yeah. It was like a rerun channel, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like AMC.
Side note, you know what I started watching? Paradise.
Paradise.
Oh yeah, I've heard about it.
It's on. Well, it's on Apollo, but it's the one where you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. I can't even like picture it.
The
it new?
guy's a bodyguard for the president,
Yeah.
No.
and he gets taken out, and
Yeah,
it's
security
like
detail.
it's all like that happened in the
How
first
many
episodes.
series?
I don't know.
How many
I'm
seasons?
not sure.
I've heard really good things about it. I've had
Yeah,
a
it
few
seems
people bring
good, but it goes weird. It's like, again, this is all the first episode, so I'm not giving too much spoilers.
Yeah.
But it's like it goes into like, they find out again, first episode, so who cares?
Yeah.
That they were preparing for like the end of. It sounds very like futuristic, but they're like turns out they're preparing for like the end of the world basically, and they built this city underground.
Oh shit. Okay.
And like but it's not as like silo-y or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's
I'm watching Snowfall right now.
That's a good one. That's a good show.
I've never heard about it, and it was on Apollo, and it was like all of a sudden I see the ratings up there, and I never
Yeah.
look at the ratings, but it's like the fact that there's so many, like when there's like 35,000 people voted on the show, then I was like, all right, like that something's going on. And
Dude, I watched that as it was coming out in about season 2.
yeah,
And like week to week, I couldn't take my eyes off it. It's so well acted, and like
Yeah.
that's all historically accurate.
it is. That
Like-
was the crack pandemic,
Right?
dude.
How the
That's
drug-
how it
the
started.
The drug trade funded the
Yes.
war in Vietnam,
Yeah.
and how they were like,
This-
importing all the cocaine
right.
intentionally. They were
Yeah.
kind of experimenting.
The CIA.
Inner city LA, and then that's how crack came about.
Yeah, it's crazy. It
Yeah.
gives me goosebumps. It's a sick show,
Yeah.
man. You got to watch
It's
it. I'm
so
glad
well
you actually like seen it. Yeah, that's sick.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
not a lot of people. I've asked a couple of people. It's like,
Yeah.
no, never watched it.
So the lead actor too,
Franklin,
Saint.
yeah,
So
Saint,
that actor, he's Nigerian, has like a super thick UK Nigerian accent,
yeah,
and he's playing like a guy with like the kind of it was like the 80s, so they had
Yeah.
that kind of, I don't know what they called it, but like the way the guys in LA at the time, like kind of Compton area, like how
Yeah.
they spoke,
right.
he has it down to a T. And he actually, to get prepared for that role, he would do like a ride along with an actual gangster from Compton.
Oh shit.
And he would just like, this guy would just start like exploding, cussing in the middle
Yeah.
of like a Chick-fil-A or something
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And he learned to speak by copying this.
That's
real-
awesome. That's
yeah,
pretty
like this
sick, man.
real
Did he win
OG.
any awards for that shit?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
big time. And
yeah.
that, so his name is Damson Idris.
Okay.
And his one monologue, I'm not sure if you've seen it yet, where it's when he's like brick by brick. I built this brick by brick.
Yeah,
Seen that yet,
no,
or
I
just
haven't
clips?
seen
No,
that.
it's-
No.
That's late in the show.
I'm season 2 right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're in a great spot, first of all.
Yeah.
But I think it's like 5 seasons or something
Yeah.
along those lines, and they explore like all the ins and outs of it.
Yeah, it was sick, man. It was like, man, let's
Exactly.
go see my uncle. I mean,
Right.
spoiler alert, is like, let's
Yeah.
go see my uncle in
Jerome.
Compton. Yeah.
Jerome,
And then,
yeah.
but like his uncle Jerome, yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. But when they
6
went up to like,
seasons.
they
Yeah.
went up, it's like, let's go to Sacramento, you know? And then he
Yeah.
finds out it's like, oh shit, like there's
Yeah.
like people in like literally hoods buying this shit for like $10, right?
Right.
Because it's like, no, they couldn't afford the cocaine. So
Yeah.
they just, cooked it up into
Coke was a
crack.
rich man's drug.
Yeah.
And he, in the pilot, he obviously goes to that like rich college kid pool party.
Right,
And they
yes.
have some pick up.
Yeah.
And then he witnesses some stuff he shouldn't, and
Yeah.
then he's like, "I'll take a key."
Yeah.
And then if I don't flip this, you can kill me.
Right. Well, he goes to Avi.
This
Avi is
sounds
crazy,
Avi,
man. Yeah.
Avi's like the stereotypical like Jewish
Yes.
high roller.
I love that guy. Though.
Yeah.
He was like,
He's-
he's like my favorite.
yeah.
One
I
of my
definitely
favorite
watched
actors.
the first little bit. Then that's
It's really good.
It's.
man.
I was so
Yeah.
surprised. I started watching the first season. I mean, I don't want to see this stuff because it's probably gonna spoil some stuff for
Yeah.
me. But it's like, I start. Vera actually is like, hey, let's watch it, right? So I I started watching. I watched the first episode. I was like, holy shit! Like this got something. This is going on. Yeah,
Dude,
this was crazy when he comes to Avi and he's like,
Oh.
"Let me put the vest on." They're
Yeah,
shooting
he gives
each
him
other.
24 hours to flip the key.
Yeah,
Insane.
yeah.
I don't know if
You
I
have
might
to
have watched the first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's crazy
So
too.
that's Teddy. He's CIA.
Yeah, he's CIA. He's the guy who's responsible for all of it.
He has to secure the sources in America,
Yeah.
make sure that they're still able to distribute.
Right.
Yeah.
Also.
Also,
Also, yeah.
and this is the thing. This is the art of storytelling. They do a really good job of telling the story from like 3 different perspectives. You have
Yes.
Oso,
Yes.
you have Franklin.
Yes.
And then you have
You have the CIA
Teddy,
guy.
Teddy.
Yeah, Teddy, yeah. Oh yeah, that was crazy too. That was a man.
Yeah,
it's
I
it's
gotta
actually
watch
it's
that.
it's you gotta check it out, dude. It's
And it's so eloquent. Like it's so tasteful the way they explain it.
Yes.
It doesn't pull punches.
no.
But it's a very tactful, artistic take
Yeah.
on that whole
Yeah,
historical.
and it's
event.
crazy how I mean I'm spoiling it again, but it's
Yeah,
like
don't spoil it too much.
I'm not. It's like how
Just a
you
pilot.
see
We
how
should
you
just watch the pilot.
how you see how you see Franklin from like just your average like
Rags to
kid,
riches.
right?
Yeah.
And
inner
then
city.
right, and then all of a sudden it's like this kid is all of a sudden like one of the just like
Yup.
runs everybody. Like he runs his uncle, who's just
Yeah.
like beating his ass when he was a little kid or whatever.
Yeah,
It's like, get the fuck outta here.
Family's
Right?
working for him. all
Right, yeah.
this,
And it's sick. It's like it's good to see how usually when you watch these shows and it's always main characters are like older guys, older whatever, but it's like this is a kid
Yeah.
that start doing this
Just
shit.
You ever go to the movies by yourself?
Honestly, man, I did it a lot growing up.
What?
I
Thank you.
Yeah. So you want to hear
You
something
went today.
embarrassing? You want to hear something embarrassing?
I went with Vera today, but like
Did you
relax.
actually?
Yeah.
He goes all the time by himself though.
Dude, I grew up doing that, like as a kid.
Yeah.
My parents would drop me off to see like Twilight when I was like 12.
Yeah, that's normal. That's fine. He's
Yeah.
40 though. He goes to see Pokemon by himself.
Man, there's nothing wrong with going to a movie theaters, man.
Was it Pokemon?
No.
Was it?
That'd be
It
funny.
was.
Okay, what was the last movie you went to see by yourself?
Actually, you know what? I think I went and saw the Spider-Man Multiverse, the cartoon one, by myself. With Miles
Pokemon,
Morales, it was
There's
pretty sick.
Pokemon, Spider-Man, comics,
No, like
tomato, tomato.
that was a sick movie. I don't know. Vera was like, I'm not gonna watch that cartoon shit, and I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll go. And it was actually sick. It is sick.
I'm not gonna lie, like the art style of like I think it was like Puss in Boots, the Last Wish or something like
Yeah.
that. It was the same art style that they used in the Spider-Verse stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it was a really funny movie. Like they had all the comedy.
It
actors,
was
voicing
an
people.
awesome movie, man. There's
Yeah.
2 parts, I think, and there's a third one supposed to come out soon.
I think I saw the first Spider-Verse movie,
Yeah,
and like I'm not a big Marvel guy, but I could appreciate the art style. It's
Yeah.
like some dudes are really into anime.
yeah.
Like it's not my thing. So yeah, and that's that,
I'm not into anime,
it's cool. I'll tell you what, like
but I appreciate it like you do.
yes, I like
Yes.
Never
I
watched it.
appreciate like the appreciation that the Japanese have for art.
Yeah.
And that's obviously expressed through the anime.
Yeah.
And some of them are actually just chill and they don't get all like weird and stuff. And
Yeah.
I'll like fall asleep to those intentionally.
Yeah.
But
It's
like
just-
art in what
Like
way?
the last one that I enjoyed was like Dragon Ball. I grew up on that shit.
That's fair. It's the nostalgia goggles, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, like in terms, circling back to what you said about the art, for me, it's like, I mean, like the scenery. Like I'm talking about like the way they
details.
depict like the ocean or
Yeah.
mountains or even the sun, like under the blood red sun.
Really?
Fish, the koi, like they have like they'll pay like hundreds of thousands of dollars for koi fish. Like they just have such an appreciation for nature.
I've literally never watched one, so I'm not like.
You never
making
watched
fun.
Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
I maybe, but like as a kid, it was on TV. But like definitely no, like I not for any reason, but I've never like
You
in
never watched like
anime?
Naruto and shit?
No
Is it
idea.
Naruto?
Naruto.
Naruto, yeah.
No idea.
I actually haven't seen that one. I am familiar with the
Yeah.
big three that came into North America, aside from Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
It was Bleach. I've watched that one. It was pretty cool.
Wasn't it like Sailor Moon and shit?
Oh, that was a little different. I mean, the kids who like that, they got picked on a lot. But like, like I didn't sit with them at lunch. But I know the big three, which like I was already kind of in my I was too busy like playing hockey and stuff.
Yeah.
Which that's not as cool as I thought it was, but it was fun. I loved it. But the big three that kind of came into America and brought anime into America and made it like such a cultural phenomenon were Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece.
One Piece.
Which I've never seen
I've
Naruto
heard
or
of
One
it.
Piece, but everyone talks about it.
I heard it, yeah. Man, you know how many people are into anime right now? More than ever, probably.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pick-me move, but like.
Yeah, but it's
sorry.
like you watch these NFL players, NBA players, and shit. They'll be
Like,
like
what do
getting
you watch?
massages.
Is it like for?
What do you watch it
do you watch
for?
for?
I guess that's
Like
a dumb
entertainment,
question.
Dude, I watch it because some of them are pretty and they help me fall asleep because they have like a Japanese flute in the background. That's why I
Okay.
like it.
Yeah.
Some of them. Some of these are really weird. I know a few of them.
Like, dude, when I grew up, I was playing Final Fantasy, and that was some sort of like anime, you could say as well. Like Final Fantasy
Yeah.
video games, that was
Yep.
wild, man. It
There's
was
also-
awesome.
Right. And I know like in my family, so my great grandpa was really into like the Japanese art style on my
Yeah.
mother's side. And then one of his sons, he'd be my great uncle. He ended up being a teacher in Korea for 20 something years, and last I heard he was teaching in China, but we kind of lost touch over lockdown, and
Yeah.
like they weren't allowed to send any outgoing emails or anything. But he was teaching English to Chinese children, and then my uncle, so next generation down, he was really into like Final Fantasy games, and,
Right.
like, anime,
Yeah.
but just more so for the art though. That's the thing, like,
Yeah, I get-
not
I-
the plot of it. Like I think, like I have a big painting in my house. It's a famous painting called "The Wave Off of Kanagawa." And I just find that actual picture of a wave, depicted as it is in that art form, I just find it fun, like just relaxing to look at.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I just
the plots can get really weird though, and it's like some of them, like put it this way, like I wouldn't mention it on a first date.
this thing you're interested in.
Like, some girls get into it and watching stuff. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like I wouldn't lead with it, just in case. Like,
What was that other one we just watched? Companion.
Dude, that was a wild movie. I told you. I was like, that's gonna.
I actually haven't heard of that one.
Watch
you,
that one.
You
That one's
should
pretty
watch
wild.
it. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
It's like a robot. I mean, robot. I don't think that really ruins anything.
For the like first 20 minutes, and then
Yeah, I guess companion though.
Yeah.
No, it's got to be in the description.
description.
I
Yeah.
know. I haven't seen it, but I know the trailer for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lady, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
I
yeah,
know one now.
yeah,
Okay.
and they're
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a cabin or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a good
Become
one.
sentient. Okay, I won't.
Yeah,
give it
yeah,
away. That's
yeah,
all I'll
yeah.
give away. I just know the
Yeah.
trailer, but that's in the trailer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is it? Yeah, that's well. You can't describe that movie without saying
Right.
like something.
But
yeah.
did you watch the one with that recently came out with Megan Fox? That was on Netflix.
Oh, tell me more.
No,
There was one that she like same kind of concept. Buddy lives in a future. He has a wife, and then the wife gets sick,
Yeah.
and he's got like 2 kids. Has to go to work, and then he has to hire
Yes.
a robot, which is Megan Fox,
Yeah.
to take care of like the kids or whatever as a nanny.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
It's on Netflix. I don't know what it's called.
I think I think I saw like a trailer for it, and the wife was like, "Oh, I thought you had like a no hot nannies rule or something." Like
Right,
that.
right.
It's Megan
Yeah,
Fox
yeah,
is a
yeah,
robot nanny.
yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
You seen the trailer?
Yeah.
Subservience.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
Sounds like the other one too. What's that other one? This is a rabbit hole, but the one where the guy goes to space.
Interstellar.
No, and he
Crazy movie.
There was someone said
Crazy.
space.
and he's in space, right? And he transports back down.
Oh yeah, that's the
Remember?
one with I know the one
You've
with Johnny
seen it.
Depp. Where he like uploads his consciousness and all that stuff.
And
Oh,
then
yes,
his
I know that
second
one, though.
Robot actually starts.
I think these are 2 different movies. Like yours,
Yeah.
I know exactly
Yeah, the
which
Johnny
one's
Depp
called.
one.
The
Yeah,
Johnny
he,
Depp.
like,
That was a
uploads his
crazy old
consciousness
school.
into like a network.
Yes.
Yeah, and they communicate with him through like VR or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
That's like long time ago. That's an old school movie,
No,
right?
yeah.
It was like 10 years ago now. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least.
Maybe it's not. Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy now. I think you've seen it. Movie.
Like, is it
I don't
on-
know if he goes to space or not. I think he does, because then Buddy cuts off.
Oh yeah,
And leaves him up
and
there?
leaves him up there. Yeah. I think I know, but that's also an older movie, right? And
I
then
don't
he's
think
like
it's-
on, and then he's like, I gotta get out, and Buddy ends up getting stuck up there. Well,
Yeah.
he's then on because they switch back and forth.
Yeah.
I
And
know.
then she's like, "You got to come home," and
Yeah.
the last push. No.
No.
I mean, look at the movie in space where his body gets trapped in. It's like the worst fucking.
Funny if ChatGPT was just like, dude, that's every space movie ever.
Yeah.
Like,
But I know
Interstellar
which one
came
you're
off.
talking about. It's actually
Gravity,
pretty sick.
Gravity was a big one with Sandra Bullock.
Trap.
Yes.
in
Popular.
Yeah,
I think
that was
space.
crazy too.
Yeah, that was the year before Interstellar because they were like really close. And
Yeah. Man, Interstellar it's wild. It's so wild.
I'm not smart enough for Interstellar, man.
I-
I can't sit
I-
still for 3
yeah.
hours and think that long, man.
Yeah. And the other day I was just
don't know.
scrolling through channels and Armageddon was on and I watched it for a
Oh,
little
I was
bit.
just thinking about Armageddon, best Aerosmith song ever made. It came from that movie,
Yeah.
man. Really funny. Like the two of the biggest love ballads came from like action movies.
Yeah.
So the Wanna Miss a Thing by Aerosmith came from Armageddon,
Yeah.
and Kiss from a Rose by Seal came from Batman.
Batman,
The one
yes.
with like Poison Ivy and the
Yeah.
bat suit had like the nipples on.
Yeah,
it and
yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Arnold Schwarzenegger was
the Iceman.
The Iceman.
Oh, I
Yes,
remember that.
Yeah.
Really-
Which was, I read a fact about that the other day. He's like, he only talks for like 22 minutes and he got paid. He had a dialogue for 22 minutes and
Yeah.
he got paid $22 million. So
Yeah.
pretty much for every dialogue, he got paid $1 million.
I just remember
So crazy.
you know, the dinosaurs died.
Yeah.
The Ice Age.
That was his like tagline or something.
Yeah.
And then he blasts him with
Bro,
ice.
at
Yeah.
the time, you know, in like it was probably like what, early 90s.
Yeah, it's funny because I remember
forget.
specifically having, like, in my when I was probably, I don't know, 5 to 10,
Yeah.
an action figure, or like a set of
You're like, why is it
not
got nipples on
Legos,
it?
but like of that movie.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was a big deal because
And I remember the gun. You press the gun and it shot the ice bomb like missiles out
Yeah,
of his
yeah,
gun.
yeah.
yeah, because he had like it was kind of like a minigun with a big it was attached to his suit because he had to have the helmet on so he could keep cold at all
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Like those like
That's a
red,
classic. That's a sick movie.
What's that?
yeah.
What was the Iceman?
what was his name? Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. Man, Arnold, man, it's wild. His movies.
Yeah,
Spelled
this
the
guy.
Yes, yeah.
I had one of these.
You probably still have it
You know what's
somewhere.
fun? When I was a little
Probably
kid-
is in a box down in my basement somewhere.
That
worth, like,
probably,
$1 million
like,
bucks now, eh?
You can sell a lot of money. Yeah, make a
Yeah.
lot of money off that. In a box, original.
No, I mean like in a toy bin,
Dang it.
not in a box. Yeah, that's the funny. I just since you guys said
I'm trying
that,
to think which.
instantly-
I watched a weird one with him the other day too.
Older or newer?
Older movie from him, like.
You
he had
watched
some
on
really
YouTube?
weird stuff. Like Hercules in New York was super weird. They didn't
Yeah,
let him
but
talk
no,
in it.
I watched. Which one is it called?
Didn't
when
you
he's
say
on,
on YouTube,
Mars.
though, or
No,
no?
I didn't watch it on YouTube.
On Mars?
Yeah,
Holy-
he's on Mars. What's
I was
that
thinking
called?
more like Conan, Predator.
Predator was
Predator's
a
the best.
Total Recall. Yeah, that
Total
was
Recall?
yeah, man.
Oh,
that's,
that's
a
a good one.
classic.
That's a
yeah,
good one.
yeah. It
Running
was
Man
so
another
weird,
one.
man.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't realize he was in Running Man. That's a Stephen King novel adaptation too.
Yeah,
But Kindergarten Cop is one of my favorites.
yeah. That
too.
one was with Danny DeVito, right?
Oh, that's Twins.
That's twins.
I know
Oh
a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
Schwarzenegger movies.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jingle All the Way, the Christmas one.
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
actually
like,
one of my favorite Christmas
dude,
movies.
like James Cameron, shout out to him, man, for like Terminator, bro. You got him into Terminator.
You know what? That's as we're using ChatGPT, right? Skynet. But you know what is crazy? I was talking about that the other day. How the second one's even better than the first.
Oh, so much
Like,
better. But
Yeah,
the
when Sarah
technology,
Connor's
how
all
much
jacked doing
yes,
chin-ups and stuff.
yeah,
It's a good movie, man.
yeah. I
And then-
love the guy. He's just like the whatever you call him, whatever
T100.
Terminator. Yeah, because he's just like is in liquid form pretty much.
Oh, you mean the T-1000?
yes,
The-
yeah.
Yeah.
Because in
so
the second one, right, he's the bad guy is the actual like what's his face that
he's
literally
like he disguises
right
as a cop.
yeah.
Right, and that guy, funny enough,
This guy.
he was a college sprinter. So all the running scenes where he's running like super stiff,
Yeah.
that's actually how he runs. And he did all of his like running scenes himself.
T1000, man, yeah.
Yeah, so the T1000, it's like liquid metal, and it can
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
like the swords for arms
Right,
suddenly,
yeah.
and it's like an upgraded model from the T100, which was like the model at the time.
Right.
So every subsequent movie after is just a new model that's better than
Man,
Arnold.
that's funny. I remember that, like, what he was made of. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he blasts him with a shotgun, and his face just like blows off,
Yeah.
right? Like half of his face, and he just like comes back from it.
And they
Just, like,
eventually dissolve them in like the molten.
molten,
It's not
like,
lava, but you know.
yeah,
what I mean, like,
yeah.
It's like a
Don't
Yeah. Metal,
ruin,
just
don't
like
ruin the
melted metal.
movie.
what?
yeah. Don't ruin the movie
Man.
that came out 30 years ago.
There's either people that have no idea what
Yeah.
that movie is, or people are like, everyone's seeing it.
Yeah, there's been like 6 or 7 of them now.
Oh yeah.
I think Genesis was the last one. They haven't been good for a long time, but
No. Well, did you see the Christian Bale one was crazy too? Terminator. I don't know
not
what it was.
Salvation. Salvation was with the guy, the Australian dude who was in Avatar.
That's
Sam-
the one with Christian Bale
yeah,
and
Sam
him.
Worthington.
Yeah, I don't
that-
know the guy's name, but yeah, he was in
Yeah.
Avatar, but that's the one that
That's
Christian
Salvation.
Bale was in it as well.
Yeah, so he I
'Cause
think Christian Bale was a bad guy, maybe.
He
Or
was the rebellion guy, and then the guy like came to him and he blew up, and then he didn't even realize that he was actually a
Yeah.
Terminator,
right.
right?
Salvation.
Yeah,
Because he had him like hanging there, and he's just like, "What
Yeah.
are you?" Right? And
So
he's like,
he was like a sleeper agent Terminator.
"Right,"
Yeah,
but he
Sam
didn't
was,
even know.
uh,
He didn't even know. He
Right,
didn't even
until the end,
realize.
when he got like in typical Terminator fashion, they have like the trope of like he gets cut open and his
Yeah.
eyes like a laser beam.
Yeah.
Like that, and he's got like the metal skeleton underneath.
Right, right.
That's all really. In that first movie when they do that, I know it's like 1984. It was actually a B movie.
Yeah.
It was a straight to TV movie.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was not like in theaters.
Yeah.
So that Terminator movie probably
That's wild. They
probably
just-
launched a lot of actors' careers, right?
Yeah.
But, that scene where he he's injured, so he's like cutting his face and all that, and you just
Yeah.
see like the super terrible.
like mask,
effects,
like
yeah.
like the aesthetics and all that,
Yeah.
and then you see like the robot eye underneath. I remember seeing that as a kid, or like when the Predator takes his helmet off.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
see,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the scariest
The
thing I've ever
scariest
seen.
shit.
Yeah, it was wild.
I know,
It was
I'm
like,
like-
Terminator. I was always on edge every time that music in Predator. It's just like that
Yeah.
music, that eerie music.
Yeah, and you hear like
was sick.
the Predator clicking.
Yeah.
And you see the infrared vision.
Yeah.
yeah.
Classic, dude. That's like, you ever seen
Yeah.
those, bud? Do you know
Yeah.
which ones we're talking
Yeah,
about?
I
Or are you
do.
too young for that?
You just checking if you had a childhood or not.
Yeah.
You're like, well, no, we were in church a lot.
No, not here.
Yeah,
dear.
Salvation.
Yeah, that's a sleeper. A lot of people don't remember that one. It was 2009 that came out. It was right near the Avatar movie, too, actually. I think the third one of that's coming out, too.
The third one, what is it even called? Or is he making 4 or 5? How many is he making?
There's 3 in the Avatar one. So the second one was Way of Water.
Okay.
I think the third one, they're probably going to be like flying tree people and stuff. I think they're supposed to be like red,
Okay.
different colored ones. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's kind of a weird dude, but I respect it.
He's Canadian.
Is he?
Yeah, James Cameron is Canadian.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
He likes movies about water. Yeah. Give him that.
Man, I waited for that movie 3.5 hours for Avatar 1. The
I
very
believe it. You're
first
probably
one.
at the theater now.
Because
I was like
you couldn't
13
buy it
when I went
online. You had to like run sprint, right, to grab like
yeah.
tickets, and then you had to like grab your tickets, but they didn't have assigned seats, so you had to go and be like wait in line
You
so you
probably
can get
did
the
the
best
same thing
seats
earlier
in
today.
IMAX.
Dude, you know what's funny is that
You
Well, I
probably
was-
camped at Cineplex Odeon last night for whatever. What did you go see today?
Captain America.
Oh yeah, Captain America.
I heard that one was a bit underwhelming.
You probably
Oh,
had
it
a. Did
sucked.
you wear a cape?
Yeah.
Yeah, Marvel. I mean, I'm a Marvel. I like Marvel, but there's people who are probably like 100 times smarter than me. But it's like
Do you think there's someone out there
after
100 times
Avengers, it
smarter?
was done. It was like
Yeah,
after like
Endgame was-
Endgame.
They call it, I think, Phase 5 right now or something. It's just
I don't
code
know
for
what
like
phase.
past its prime, but
Yeah.
like, it's expired. But
Yeah. The only shot that
Hulk
they
looked
have
cool.
left, Fantastic Four. Sorry to cut you off.
no, yeah.
What was the Captain America?
with
It's
Red
not
Hulk.
the real Captain America. So
He's not a real. I can't. It's like, why are you Captain America? Why did you
know
make
the
him?
guy who plays Terrence in 8 Mile?
Yeah,
Like in the very
Anthony
end of that
Mackie.
battle, Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
He plays a guy called Falcon, and then the real Captain America retires and chooses.
This
to,
guy's playing a.
He's not the real. He doesn't have powers though.
No,
But he's
he's
wearing
not-
a
doesn't even
Captain
have a
America like suit.
What?
No. So like, he
What,
was
is this what you watched
originally-
today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that today.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
Still, I remember a lot of like the comics and stuff from when I was like, I don't know, like middle school, early high school.
Yeah.
And I've kept up to date with stuff going down, but I'll just watch like a movie review and save myself the 3 hours, at least to make sure it's good first. Before I
Right.
go, right. 'Cause it's a commitment. Some of those like 2.5-hour Marvel movies, like
It is, but like
I
this
know. I
one.
texted
even,
him at 2:00.
Well,
At 6, he still hadn't
no,
answered.
man, it was like it was 2 hours, man. Like it
they
was
like
2 hours.
debrief after the newest Marvel movie.
You asked for me. Here I am.
Next, it's gonna be a girl.
I
You
wouldn't
ever
be
seen, like,
surprised,
the
man.
South Park Panderverse,
No.
where they replace all like the like Cartman and Kyle and all them with like black women.
no,
it's
I
really
haven't
funny.
seen it, but
So
Does
they
Kenny
replace
die in
all-
it?
Pardon me?
Does Kenny die in it?
Of course.
Yeah.
But like, so like they all get so all the kids get replaced with diverse women. It's really funny.
Be careful.
Be careful. It sucked, Brian. It's like
It's-
scary.
did it
Like,
just come out
You're
like,
like-
on yesterday?
no, it came in last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't
It's
know.
got like PTSD over it. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Turn
I
it
don't-
off,
I don't
man.
relive
It's just
this.
like it's.
The Red Hulk thing seemed kind of neat. That's Harrison Ford.
Yeah, it is,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
also it's like, fuck it. Don't even bother watching it, man.
Yeah, I
He's like the Red Hulk for literally 5 minutes, bro, and that's it.
My friend said that because I was like, yeah, I mean, like the Red Hulk thing seems kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, I think he got like maybe like 5 to 7 minutes of screen time.
And that's it. And he
Yeah,
doesn't even do anything. Like, what the
He just,
hell,
like,
man?
gets
You're
really
supposed to be
angry,
Red
yeah.
Hulk. Like, what are you supposed to like?
Yeah.
Light shit on fire or like shoot
Yeah, he just
flames?
has a
I have no
senior
idea.
episode. And that's it. He just gets like sunsetters. Yeah.
Without his will.
Hector.
Would you like to play dress up and blindly execute the state's orders? What if this is a trap?
See, this like looks like okay. It might be good.
Yeah.
Horrible, horrible.
Since when were they bred?
Yeah, but spare yourself some time. Come and get me.
It's probably the coolest part of the movie right there. Oh, I see the way he did like a kickflip with a shield.
You're not Captain America, man.
Yeah, why they should just called it like Wingman or something.
Well, he was the Falcon. His
I know.
actual like.
It's
He did have a TV show though for a bit.
Falcon.
Yeah, one season I believe.
Yeah, him and like the Winter Soldier, Sebastian. I forget the guy's name. Sebastian something. but-
Stan.
Sebastian Stan.
Right.
Yeah,
He's a
He
good
played
actor.
Tommy Lee and the Pamela Anderson Tommy Lee documentary with Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah. Wasn't he the Who was the? No, Seth Rogen was the carpenter.
He was Carpenter, and then Tommy Lee was Sebastian Stan.
Yeah.
And then Lily James was Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
What else? What else are you watching now?
You'd probably actually like Mr. In Between. I feel like you'd really mess with that. You ever heard of it?
Mr. In Between.
I don't know. What's it on?
I don't know if I have it on. I think it's on Disney Plus. Do you have that for like Tate?
Yeah, we use Apollo for everything.
Okay, so you'll probably be able
Wait,
to get
Mr.
Mr. In Between. It's an Australian show, and without giving anything away, the dude's kind of a like he's into wet work, you know.
Mm.
He's a hitman,
Yeah.
but he's very casual about it, and he's not anything like you'd expect. And it's that really dry Australian humor. It's really good.
FX, man, they know what's up, man. They could bring out a good shows.
It's really good, honestly.
I gotta watch that shit. I like shit like that.
So basically, whenever he doesn't like someone, he just beats them up. He ends up in anger management.
Oh, I've
So
seen
that's-
this clip though.
Yeah. That's why he ends up in anger management. Yeah, this is all just a pilot.
Yeah.
Someone dropped the code, Molly. It's his job.
What's your job?
Want to like you're sorry you didn't pay when you had the chance.
Smile.
Yeah.
Huh. That's
Weirdo.
cool.
You know what's funny? They make it look dark. It's really not. It's actually just really funny.
It's
Well,
a
that's what
comedy.
even it said. He's like, didn't they say something about funny? Right there too.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Dude, it's funny because that scene where he's in the classroom with the kid, they changed it in the trailer, but when it actually happens, the kid's like, "Have you ever killed anyone?" And he goes like, "Once, yeah." And he's like, "For what?" And he's like, some kid asking me too many questions." It's in his little daughter's like grade 2 class.
That's funny.
It's really good though. It takes a really interesting perspective on like if someone actually were in that line of work and trying to like have like maintain a family life, like, what would it actually be like? And I'm like, probably something along those lines, realistically.
That's like what the fuck? What was the movie I just watched with Jamie Foxx?
Oh, and what's her face? Cameron Diaz?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I just don't know the name of it. I seen it.
Oh, was Hustle and Grind or something? Hustle.
Something like that. But they're
Is
also
it?
hitmen.
Yeah,
I
like
believe.
that's like they have a normal
Right.
life. It's kind of like
Yeah.
a
This is like actual hitman at like a regional local level. Like, you know, like
This
the
is
guy who
just
owns
like
a
your
strip
neighborhood,
club.
like
Yeah, like he works
hitman.
like working for like a strip club owner kind of thing. who,
Yeah.
like, you know, maybe does some shady dealings on the side and someone owes him rent money, that kind of thing. Right?
Yeah.
back in action.
Back in action.
That wasn't bad. Kind
It
of
was-
just a
it was-
little
it
like
was alright.
corny. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Jamie Foxx. It was kind of.
You know what? He was in a movie I really like called Baby Driver.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
yeah,
so
that
good.
was
That's
sick.
one of my favorite movies I've ever watched. I saw it
Yeah.
in theaters. Complete sleeper hit. Had no expectation of it.
Right.
Walked into it. Suddenly there's this car chase.
Yeah.
And like he's with this like absolute sweetheart of a girl,
Yeah.
Lily James, the girl who's eventually
Yeah.
Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got this like southern charm to it. And all of a sudden there's this like wicked car chase going on
With
Yeah.
his
And
music
trying-
in and shit,
Yeah,
right?
the
And-
music was good too.
Yeah.
Like, I
What's
still
the
have some
guy?
of those songs.
It wasn't the guy who's what's his face is in it as well. The guy from House of Cards.
Oh, the Canadian guy. Yeah.
What the hell is his name?
Yeah,
John Hamm.
this guy.
John Hamm.
No,
that's,
no.
That's John Hamm. Yeah.
That's
No,
that guy.
I'm thinking of.
The House of Cards, like
Yeah, his name is John. He's Canadian. John Hamm. He's also in Top Gun Maverick.
no, not that guy. I know,
Oh,
like
you mean Kevin Spacey?
Kevin Spacey. That's the
Well, I
guy,
didn't think you
man.
mean him because he went to jail for.
Yeah, he went to
stuff.
fucking jail.
Oh yeah,
and
he's
shit.
the main guy. in
He's
this.
the main bad guy. He runs the show,
he's
right?
Good. He's
Yeah.
really good. I
Yeah.
will say, man, I'm okay with separating the art from the art. The
Art
from
from
the artist.
like yeah, for sure.
I'm okay doing that.
He's a sick actor, man. No,
Dude,
hands
in
down.
this role as the
Yeah.
bad guy, he was terrifying. He was
Yeah.
so good.
But look, they're not even showing him.
Well, I mean, they might have gone back and done some editing after everything that went.
I
down.
thought there was actually like a. Oh,
There
no,
he is.
Yeah, he was good.
He plays some crazy roles, man.
Look, there's that bug again.
That's a Japanese beat.
Oh shit.
Still has a hum in the drum, plays music to drown it out, and that's what makes it.
Yeah, he's got like some issues or
Yeah.
something,
So,
right?
tinnitus.
Yeah.
So having tinnitus in real life is actually horrible because you can never sleep because you always hear like a buzzing in your ear.
Yeah,
When
don't
you're
you go
distracted,
crazy?
you're okay, but you go
Yeah.
crazy from sleep deprivation if it's bad enough.
Yeah.
There's no real treatment for it, I don't think. But
There's no treatment for it?
nothing terribly effective. No. Like,
Damn.
no,
It's
usually
so
older
scary
people.
though.
Yeah,
I can just like, because it's like, how can you get it out of your head? It's there. It's constantly
Oh.
there.
One of the so one time when I was in the merge for something, there was this guy next to me and he had tinnitus.
Yeah.
And like we were in like, I don't know, not ICU, but we were in like the emergency room beds or whatever, right? And he had that condition, and he said he hadn't slept for like 2 weeks, and he was just going insane. And he was like applying for like I forget the name for it, but like medically assisted, you know what?
Yeah.
And he was describing the symptoms of it, and I'm sitting in the bed next to him. And what happened to me, which wasn't that big of a deal, was I started fevering so high from, the C word,
Yeah.
that I thought I was having a heart attack. So my
Jeez.
roommate, who was a buddy of mine, who was a nurse, this is in Windsor.
Mm-hmm.
We're like a block away from that hospital on Victoria, we were on Victoria, the hospital on downtown there. What's it called?
Like Hotel Do.
No, like that street. That's it's like the main strip downtown. That street.
Olette.
Yeah, well, that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like, you know that hospital just down?
Yeah, yeah,
there?
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. All I'm trying to say, and I think it turns into Dougal eventually.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
that road.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
anyways, getting away from the point. So my buddy calls the ambulance for me because he thinks I'm having a heart attack, and he's a nurse, and he's like, yeah, he's got like tachycardia and all this, and he's passing out and stuff, and they bring me there, and I come to, like, I'm passed out and everything, and they eventually tell me, like, hey, you were just like fevering so high you were delirious. You kind of just went crazy and thought you were dying and thought you were like your heart was stopping, and they're like, it's crazy that your fever got that high, but they said we see it all the time. We just need to rehydrate you, and you're totally fine to go.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there waiting to go, and of course they pick me up in my, like, Captain America underpants and all this stuff. And I'm so embarrassed, and all these nurses are, trying to help me and everything, and they're like, all right, look, you're good, you're cleared to go and everything. And I came out of there traumatized because this guy next to me with tinnitus, and I just sat there, and I remember these nurses. They're like, all right, sweetie, you're good to go. And I'm like, I kind of can't. They're like, why? What's wrong? Like, are you okay? Like, do you need a doctor? I'm like, no, I don't have any pants. And they're like, oh, like, you have a T-shirt? Did you not bring anything with you, sweetie? Like, they talk, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like, no, and also I think we're the same age. So, like, I don't know. And I'm like, hey, can I call someone? And they're like, I mean, can't you just, like, wrap your shirt around it? I'm like, well, then I'm walking through the hospital shirtless. Like, and I'm like, either way, I'm not getting out of this scot-free. And I'm like, I got to walk home, and it's still, like, it's in March or something in 23. So I'm like, either I'm walking home without a shirt, I'm walking home without pants. And I'm like, is it okay if I, like, call in a friend to bring me pants? And they're like, look, kid. Like, suddenly they go from, like, hey, sweetie, to, like,
Get the fuck out
Get
of
the
here.
hell out.
hey, get out of my yeah. So
It's
they're
a you problem,
they're
not an our
listen, buddy. The hospital system is extraordinarily congested. We have 50 people waiting in the ICU or whatever, waiting for beds right now, and emerge. And I'm like, yeah, but, like, is it gonna help if they have this guy streaking through their waiting
Yeah,
room?
seriously.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to traumatize them even worse. And they're like, okay, can he be here in, like, 10 minutes? And I'm like, probably not. How about and I'm like, and I felt bad because I'm making their job so hard, but I'm like, look, I'm not walking out of here in my gitch, man. Like, it's so embarrassing. And then you gotta go home and say, hey guys, I just had a
I'm at the
tummy
front
ache.
door. I don't have my keys.
What the hell happened to you?
They're probably gonna think I'm some some junkie when walking back home. And, I'm probably gonna get arrested. Like, it's just lousy with police down there on Willette, right? So
Yeah.
but
That's
I
funny.
survived though. That was cool. Guys in the ambulance. They just want to talk about bodybuilding the whole time. It's the only thing I remember before I passed out. And they were like, yeah, so, like, your roommate tells us that, like, you do some competing and stuff, and you take some supplements and all this, and I'm like, yeah, and they're like, so, like, how does that all work? Like, like how do these poses work and all this stuff? And I'm like, hey man, I'm not feeling too good. And they're like, oh no, this isn't the big one. Don't worry. Anyways, what do you say you placed at Legends Cup? They're like, so what do you think Chris Bumstead? And I'm like, dude, like, hey, like, do you need to know anything about my medical history? And they're like, nah, buddy, you're good. Like, trust me. They're like, no, man. Like, seriously, you're fine. And they just kept cutting me off. And I'm like, no, really though. And they're like, hey, listen, I'll tell you a secret. They're like, you got crap in your pants right now? And I'm like, no. And they're like, then it wasn't a heart attack. You're fine. Because apparently, you pass out all the way when you have a heart attack. Apparently, I don't know.
Yeah.
They tell me this. But long story short, they were not concerned at all, and they just wanted to hear more about
That's funny.
bodybuilding.
Guys, I'm in the back of an ambulance.
Yeah, literally. Oh, dude, I was in dire straits, too. Like, I couldn't even make out their faces. I was just hearing their voices vaguely, and then I think they probably took it seriously when I actually, like, went under.
You're like, oh, he hasn't responded in 30 seconds.
Hey,
like,
man, can you answer us?
They're like, hey, buddy, your patient's flatlining. You're like, quit asking him what testosterone is, man. Seriously.
Are you going to compete? What's next?
Yeah, so the plan as of now is looking like North Americans in Pittsburgh. That'll be the last week of August.
Oh, nice.
So for my division in Classic Physique, it'll probably fall somewhere on a Wednesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is a little different, but I'm not against it because I got my sister's wedding that weekend too.
Oh, that works out.
Yeah, both of my siblings, they're both married, and they both have their first daughters and all that. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, so it's nice to be able to hopefully balance it out. And
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy traveling for a little bit, and getting the experience, and Nationals was an hour away, so it was fun, but it was a little anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Vancouver was a blast.
Yeah.
Like, Randy will tell you how fun Vancouver is.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we went there. Jade competed at the Vancouver Pro once.
Right on. Was that when she was still amateur or when she turned professional?
No, I think when she was professional.
Right. That's tight.
Was it? I can't remember. I know we've been there though.
Right. Because I think she turned professional at a Nationals, though.
Yeah. Was that Vancouver?
Well, no, I think she did Nationals when it was still moving around, like Canadian National.
Yeah, she did that. But I know
Yeah.
we've been to Vancouver.
Right, okay,
So
yeah,
I
I
think
just
it
knew-
must have
yeah.
been.
Yeah, I saw her trophy from Nationals when she won it. I think that's still in the gym.
Yeah, I think that was in Edmonton.
Right, because it used to move year to
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
They used to have a different host city every year. Now it's just same place as Toronto Pro every year. So essentially, it's kind of, people just call it the Toronto show, and it's twice a year, and it's the same location, Delta Marriott at the airport.
Yeah.
Just,
No,
nothing
I
wrong with
wonder.
it, but like personally, like if I'm gonna.
So that's the only show that's in Canada?
No, so in Canada, the way it works is you have 3 pro qualifiers in Canada. 2 of them are the Toronto shows. So you have Toronto Pro, so you can qualify as an amateur on day 1 if you win the entire thing in your division, the overall. Then on day 2, they have the actual pro day, and whoever wins those divisions, they go to the Olympia.
Okay.
The next opportunity is the Vancouver Pro. Same setup. It's a pro am, we call them. So first day is amateurs on the Saturday. Second day is the nice.
She did.
Second day is the
Thanks,
pro
Chat
day.
GTV.
She's ChatGPT. Incredible, man.
That's incredible.
She's verified.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then the third option. So it's Toronto Pro, Vancouver Pro, and then Canadian Nationals is now in the same place as Toronto Pro every year. Same hotel. You know, it's a bit monotonous, but that one you just qualify. You can win your pro card, but there's no second pro day on the Sunday. It's just amateurs competing to be pros.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. North Americans, if you get top 3 or top 5 at one of those shows, though, then you can do North Americans in Pittsburgh. And
Okay.
you can turn pro there too.
Yeah.
It's kind of the system in Canada.
Winnipeg. Look at
Interesting.
this. Yeah, it was in Winnipeg, and then she was in Vancouver.
Man,
Look
ChatGPT.
at becoming a mother in 2019.
jeez.
Damn, ChatGPT, man. You gotta chill, bro.
Dude, if you're ever getting some side eye and thinking you might have forgotten something, just ask
Ding.
ChatGPT.
Yeah,
Like, it
yeah.
seems knows as much about Jay as you do, man.
He's like, when's our anniversary?
yeah, exactly. When's her birthday?
We already found. It's probably already told us up here.
Yeah,
Or
next
maybe
time he
not.
hears, like, it's fine. He's just going to check ChatGPT.
Yeah.
See what's missing that day.
Yeah. Anyways.
So T was born in 2019?
Yeah. September.
Nice. She's in grade school then already.
SK. Yeah. Oh yeah. We went on a field trip on Friday.
Where'd you guys say you go?
Fleetway.
Oh, Fleetway. Yeah, I remember. Sorry, I forgot.
That was fun. But yeah, she turns 6 this year.
It's a big one.
Yeah, 6.
Soon it's gonna
A
be
year.
18.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's crazy. What's that? What do you call this?
Fleetway.
A fleetway. You mean, is it like a raceway?
No, you never know. It's like it's where Pizza Project is, like bowling and everything. You know where the Good Life,
Good Life
head
headquarters.
office
The old
is?
I thought you meant the old Palisade location. No.
By Costco.
No, I know where the Costco's are, though, yeah.
Aren't you from London?
No.
Oh shit.
This is-
Where are you from?
I'm from the country, man. So you know where Tilsonburg is?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're not
Right. I'm not even
familiar
from
like
there,
London.
though. I'm
Like
another
you-
10 minutes from there in the middle of nowhere. It's to the, like Delhi?
yeah.
Yeah. So it's in between Tilsonburg and Delhi. It's called Otterville, a big golf course. And
Yeah. Okay. I've heard of that golf course.
Yeah, Otter Creek Golf Course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otter Creek.
Otter
Otter
Creek,
Creek,
yeah.
So
I've never
otherwise,
played it.
yeah. Otherwise, there's just like a mill. There's a big bridge that goes into like a public park with a baseball diamond.
Really?
But it's when
Man,
I was
what is it, like 500 people living there?
back in the day, it was, put it this way, like there was a lot of posts for the Amish to tie their horses to.
Oh,
And,
shit.
yeah, for real. So like
Yeah.
it's predominantly, so you got Netherlands Reformed, Mennonite, Amish,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I was growing up there, it was probably like 1,000 people, maybe
Damn.
2,000 the most. It's growing now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of retirees from the GTA have come down and built up a big kind of suburb and added on to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of the plates are all
1,500 to 1,100 people.
like, yeah,
Isn't that? Do they have hockey arena there?
that's Norwich. So we belong to I worked for them, the township of Norwich. So it's like city work, except you serve Burgessville, Springford, Otterville, Oxford Center, and Norwich.
But Otterville itself doesn't have a hockey arena.
No, I played. So I played for Norwich my whole life. No, we don't have a hockey arena. We have a little crappy baseball diamond.
I swear, I thought Otterville was one of those ones that won. You know, like the
Like OMHA?
no, like the arena makeover. You know what I'm talking about?
No, we never had any of that.
Somebody like what? Like was it like a raffle or like?
No.
what did they,
It's like
apply for it?
it's like a hockey. I don't know who does it. It's probably sponsored by like big corporation, but it's like your city, your town applies for like a hockeyville is what it's called.
Yeah.
And
Hockey town. I know
yeah,
what you're talking about.
and you like apply as a community, and
And then they come
winning
and, like,
community
re-
just
oh.
renovates your arena basically. Anyways, I thought that's Otterville.
That's pretty
We
cool though.
definitely would have been one of the ones who applied for that kind of.
Yeah, but like
We
didn't
tried.
get it, didn't
Yeah.
actually get mailed
We
in.
tried. Yeah.
It's like still sitting in the mailbox.
Oh,
I'm like,
they would comment like, "Man, this town sucks." You're on your own.
yeah, you got to be able to have a hockey team first.
Yeah, our mainstays, like what I guess would it be known for, would be like between Norwich and Otterville. It's like there's a big car show at the mill. Everyone drives up from like southern states, Texas, Alabama, with all the like. We're talking. It could be as far back as like T models.
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
Like old school.
Yeah, they trailer those up obviously, but
Yeah.
a lot of Chevelle SS, a lot of Camaros, a pile of Corvettes, and then you have we have a rodeo.
That's
And
pretty cool.
Yeah, we got a the rodeo's pretty fun actually.
Yeah.
Does any of your
Tractable.
family still live there?
Yep, my parents and both my siblings both do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they. My brother's a Mississauga firefighter, full time, and my sister is a librarian, but she's still on mat leave. She has the younger of the two nieces. So yeah, and then my parents, they're still in my childhood home.
Oh, no way. Same with me
Yeah.
in Windsor, but yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
That's
I got
pretty
here in
cool.
about 2020. I got to London.
Oh, okay.
Great time to be. Great timing. But,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I was back and forth for Windsor for a minute.
Yeah.
So
Nice. What
So
else you got?
Pittsburgh, man. He's got to go to Pittsburgh.
I've been to
Yeah.
Pittsburgh too a couple times. Jade competed there. I remember
Was she
driving.
North Americans?
Yeah.
So no, H said she did, but I had never asked Jay if she had.
That's where Heather won her pro card.
No way! She didn't even tell me that.
I think so.
Crazy.
Well, Jade didn't, and I know.
You're like,
ChatGPT knows.
well, I was there, and my wife definitely did.
I think so.
Could be. Well, I'll tell you, H did say it was a really fun show, so that might translate.
I remember
won.
specifically. It's funny,
Yeah.
like I don't. Ooh, nothing.
I mean, I usually like the shows I went to. In all fairness, so.
Yeah.
I think it was North Americans, to be honest.
Because they've been in Pittsburgh forever, and I think is it Jim Mannion who's held that one every year?
Maybe, I don't know.
it's-
I'm
it's-
not
So there's
very,
always
like-
different like sponsors that hold these events, major sponsors.
Show promoters and
It's like boxing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
some of the bigger shows can be like, for example, the family I just mentioned, the Mannions.
okay.
I think they're the current owners of the Olympia.
Maybe again, I don't like. I'm not in the.
No.
I
It's
don't
been a minute too for
follow
you.
or like even
But
when
I'm
I was in it.
interested,
I didn't-
like-
Yeah.
Yeah, I
you
just
know?
did. I don't. I can't.
Yeah.
like-
I want to know. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know. It's like, okay, you know, he knows firsthand right now.
No, just to answer your question though, the Mannions are a very affluent family. Who I
Jake
believe
Wood,
they're the
this
current-
guy.
Jake Wood does. Okay, yeah. So he's like really buddy with him. He does a lot of commentating.
Mm-hmm.
Got the coolest voice ever, by the way. Talks like Sam Elliott.
Okay.
Deepest voice.
Is that him?
The guy in the middle. Jake owns it.
And my co-host for Olympia TV, Bob Shapiro. Jake, a historical moment where the city commissioner of Las Vegas and mayor
Cool
Sick
boys.
come to meet you, meet Dan Solomon, and endorse the brand, the Mr. Olympia.
Today is officially Olympia Day here in Las Vegas.
All right. That's
Las Vegas.
Las
Okay.
Vegas.
Just want him to like narrate like one of those audiobooks or something.
Yeah. So that family, or like he owns the whole thing, and he just like does.
So he owns the production of the Olympia.
Okay.
And the one interview I saw was with him and one of the younger Manions named Tyler. Point being is that they're heavily involved. I forget their role in the whole thing, but they put on a lot of events, and they work with Dan Solomon and Jake Wood, that guy in the middle. So I just know that the one guy hosts North Americans as kind of like a lead promoter every year. Was
Okay.
getting that, yeah.
And Arnold would obviously be the owner, or just they use his name for the Arnold Classics.
Absolutely, it's all he still attends and everything.
Yeah.
They'll do some like really brief interviews, but they've kind of they've kind of put a governor on him now because he says he gets a little older. He says some pretty off-color stuff to some
Yeah.
of the, like bikini girls and stuff.
Well, he always
gets
used to
little
be a
weird.
perv, though.
That's
I
the
mean,
thing.
you know, he always was.
Right, and like he knows he's famous for it.
Yeah, right.
You know, the whole Maria Shriver thing. And all
Right,
that,
right,
Like,
right.
You got a kid with a maid.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
he knows who he is, and he's probably trying to just kind of, capitalize on that and just have a good self-aware laugh.
Yeah.
But then I think he got a little bit too lewd, and they pulled him back. They're like, yeah, you can
You
just
gotta
hold the
relax,
mic.
man.
Wasn't what movie is he doing right now?
Arnold?
Yeah.
Oh, no, a Christmas movie maybe? I have no
Yeah.
idea.
You probably saw his documentary. Right?
I did. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome.
It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
There's
He's got a
three-parter.
crazy story, man.
Look
His
at
story is like,
this
you
one.
can't
Look how
deny it.
Super cool.
Watch
Yeah.
this.
Didn't he get hit by egg? Or with an egg?
I don't think so. Not in here, but he looks. I don't know. If this might just
He
be
looks-
the movie, but
yeah,
like,
he looks old, dude.
Oh,
I think this is a movie though. Like
Yeah.
he's here for a movie, but
Yeah.
look at him though.
yeah.
You get that walk that's just like picking your feet up and moving them around.
Yeah.
Again, he could be totally in
Like,
character
yeah,
right
I understand. Yeah.
now.
Like, all with like
kinda
makeup
assume
and
he is.
stuff.
But look
yeah.
at just how he carries himself. You could tell. I mean, how old is he?
Man, he's got to be like 70, no?
Oh, I'd
No,
say
60?
older. No.
He'd be up there. He'd probably be close to 80.
Yeah,
I would
80?
guess my
Yes,
grandpa's
80.
age. My grandpa just turned 80 this past November. I think he might be the same age or close.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? He was at Lake Fanshawe or like Fanshawe
76.
Pioneer Village. He was here this year shooting something for that movie.
No
Really?
way.
Here, he was here in London in the summer. There was I got like a notification about it, like the Google News thing.
Yeah.
Oh no way.
Yeah, because it can tell where you are and stuff, right? So yeah, he was here back in like July or August for a couple of days shooting for a movie at Fanshawe Pioneer Village.
That's pretty sick.
76. A side note again. Did you? Someone told me that the Beast games were filmed in Toronto.
Beast games were filmed in Toronto?
Yeah.
No way. He didn't build like the whole
Yeah.
thing in Toronto, really?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
The
again,
city.
someone told me this. So the city's like outside of Toronto somewhere.
I actually don't know this one.
Toronto.
No, I mean the Beast Game.
Las Vegas, Toronto, Ontario.
Subsequent stages took place. So I think that's the initial round. Yeah. So the town and shit is all there.
Oh,
Those
is
two towers where
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
competing
yeah.
on is in Toronto.
Is this
Oh, shit.
okay? Is this one put on by that big YouTuber? Dude?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he does all the.
It's on
like,
Amazon.
philanthropy
The
and
Beast
stuff.
City. Yeah. Is like
Damn. That's
filming
pretty sick.
occurred in, yeah.
I did not know that. It was
place
literally
at
2024.
Downsview
Like,
Park Studios in Toronto.
it was in the summertime.
Yeah.
That's pretty. That's awesome, man. That's cool.
Because someone was like, I should go like that person was gonna go apply, and I'm like, you're being a Canadian, and she's like, yeah, it's filmed in Canada.
It's kind of like an Ultimate Warrior.
It's like
What's that game called? American Ninja Warrior, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
no,
Like Wipeout.
I mean not really. It's more of like
it's
a
got-
game show / like, well, I mean,
Just watch the video. Like,
Jamie, play the clip.
yeah. Beast Games trailer. Let's see.
I mean, it's got the most money won in any game show ever.
He's loaded, right? So,
Yeah.
Prize of the most insane competition show you've ever seen. And competing for
For $5 million.
It's like mind games, physical games, everything.
With massive challenges. Welcome to the elimination train.
That has never been done on TV before.
The stakes have never been higher. If he misses, your entire team is gone.
I feel terrible. I let down my whole team.
That city right there, that was built
Yeah.
in Toronto.
Insane asylum.
This challenge might be the most cutthroat thing I've ever done. There are Navy SEALs coming for you. And if they find you, you will be eliminated.
Oh my.
That sounds like Squid Games.
Well, no, it is.
It's
Navy
based
SEAls after
probably,
you.
yeah.
It is. They
yeah.
He uses the same character, so like they have like masks. You'll probably see them like
Like his,
all
like,
the people working and like bringing out the prize like are all like look at
Right,
behind them.
Everything is on the line.
They have the same masks and shit.
Oh, so he directly.
Yeah,
chose
yeah,
them.
yeah.
So he probably just pays them a royalty and okay. So this is like real life Squid Games.
Yeah, it
yeah,
is.
yeah, pretty much.
It all comes down to this.
He does the same game, like a lot of the same games he'll like use and like
Oh,
pay.
yeah, that makes sense. That one thumbnail, it looks literally like he's borrowing a clip from Squid Games. At
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Canadians
Man.
legal documents were required to U.S. No, the requirements suggest that non-U.S. citizens. Including,
So he's just
oh, I
doing it
guess
with,
you could. As Canadian, I don't know. Well,
Imagine you apply as a Canadian, you get on there as like an illegal alien, and then one of the challenges is like, all right, guys, next challenge, you're gonna be working in conjunction with ICE to determine which
you
of
win $5
is the
million.
imposter, yeah.
You win $5 million.
They're
Sorry,
probably
you're
looking
illegal.
for
You can't
some-
have it.
If you
We
get
seize your
past,
assets.
They start like jumping on with these Latino dudes and stuff, and you're sitting there like, oh, I better not. Better not
never been
pronouncing it
whiter
better like a boo.
before.
Yeah. Like, don't mention Tim's. Don't mention Tim's. Dudes.
Don't say A.
Don't say A.
literally, yeah,
Don't say A, bud.
Z, Z. Which one's the American one?
They say Z, we say Z.
Yeah, tomato.
No, I don't know if that's the same.
You know what they get you on is
It's not the same thing. Americans don't say tomatoes.
If you're from Boston.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're still saying tomato though. They're just saying it if they were
From Boston.
Yeah,
They'd
they're
say
still-
tomato.
yeah, but they're still saying tomato. They're not saying
I'm kind of
tomato.
Tomato.
rehearsing it. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that one.
You'd say now say tomato in a Boston accent. It wouldn't be tomato with a Boston accent. It'd be something different.
I'm sure ChatGPT would tell you pronounce tomato.
Still tomato and
Tomato.
are they? Yeah, no, it's not the same as Z and Z.
Color and color.
Yeah,
You know what they get
Spelling.
you on is the way that we pronounce things like the word about.
A boat.
Yeah, so they exaggerate it when they're explaining it to us. But when I say like they say like about, they think we say like a boot.
yeah.
That's serious. And like I've had
A
people
boot?
come, seriously. People come up to me like when I've been in the States, like, you're Canadian. Like when I'm like, I don't know, at a gas station or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, how did you know? Are you from over the border? And they're like, no, you said a boot. You're one of those people.
And it's like, no, my license plate is an Ontario license plate,
Yeah,
asshole.
yeah, exactly.
I run into people who call Home Depot Home Depot.
No, you don't.
I do.
I mean, those people get picked up in work trucks. Those guys.
Yeah, those are the guys that are working for him.
I gotta go to the Home Depot.
Yeah, he quickly wants to change the subject.
You ever seen that video where they're asking all these U.S. Army guys why they got in the Army?
No.
And the one guy, he's like, yeah, I don't know, Guatemalan or something like that. And they're like, I was working at the Home Depot, and I had to get the getting card, and so I hear now.
So I hear
So
now.
I hear now.
It's
funny.
completely like you would just volunteer to go to the Army in the States, dude. Just straight up, let me get in there. They're like, all right, come on in.
A lot
Send you
of
to
them-
Afghanistan.
You know what's interesting is I didn't know this term until I met someone from the Canadian military, but there are entire families who are military,
Hmm.
and let's say like the grandfather is like a high rank, like some kind of commander, and they call themselves military brats. And there's people who have like generational wealth, so they get like handed spots in the military. And they essentially it's almost kind of like stolen honor or stolen valor is what
Yeah.
pardon me. It's kind of like stolen valor in the sense that they are in the military, but they're kind of just pushing pencils and getting a ridiculous salary for it.
Yeah.
And they can move to whatever they want. You know, it could be based on something like, I kind of want to be out in California this week. I want to be in Guam.
Yeah.
Or something. They can go overseas and get stationed just
Because
based
the
on
rest of their family line's been in the military
nepotism.
too.
Yeah. So it's nepotism, but they call themselves military brats because they're the equivalent of like, it could be like an heir to a throne.
Well, you probably get assassinated if you try not to be in it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it looks bad on the family if you are not in the military.
You thought Mormons were bad.
Yeah.
These guys just send American assassins to kill their.
They can drink
stupid-
coffee, though.
That's funny.
Yeah, good old storming Mormons.
I gotta finish listening to it, but that one's pretty good. The Elon Musk. Do you listen to Joe Rogan much?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got that, the one I'm on right now is Woody Harrelson.
Oh, I just finished that one. Was
isn't-
good.
Which one came out before that? Like Musk, and then he came out.
No.
Woody.
There's someone in between.
Woody, and then Woody Harrelson, Bragg, the guy who did Lone Survivor.
Oh, shit!
yeah,
He's
sick.
like a
he's cool.
director or whatever, and a bunch all like hardcore movies.
Yeah.
And then
That was a sick
and
movie,
then I
man.
think Elon Musk, and then who was the one that was just on? His name's
I know
right
who
on
you're talking
right
about.
on tip.
I just saw it on Spotify.
I know which one you're talking about too, man. The actor, isn't it the actor?
Yeah, I don't want to look because I want to know.
It's not McConaughey. I just really
Bill
want to-
Murray.
Bill
Bill
Murray.
Murray, Bill
Yes,
Murray.
Bill Murray. Yes.
Dude,
Peter Berg, that was the other guy's name.
I love Kate. Have you heard that Bill Murray story about how you seen Roadhouse?
Yes.
So the lady in that movie, that actress, in reality, he was best friends with her husband. And every single time they would play Roadhouse on like late night TV, he would call his buddy in the middle of the night and be like, "Hey man, listen, you're not gonna like this, but you'll probably want to turn to Channel 4 right now because there's this Patrick Swayze guy and he's doing some terrible things to your wife right now."
What was it? Wasn't Bill Murray in the
Ghostbusters, man.
Ghostbusters legend. Yeah.
What was the
He's
other
like-
one? The
That's
zombie
how I
one.
know him, like-
Zombieland.
No, that's Woody.
That's Woody. Yeah,
That's Woody. Yeah, he was in
it's telling
Zombieland.
nut up
Yeah.
or shut up.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was
It's got some
funny.
good lines. I want my caddy back. It's a great movie.
This guy was good though. You should listen to this one because he's on.
Peter Berg,
Yeah, he's got a ton of movies.
filmmaker, actor. Man, I want to see his face. I want to see what he looks like.
Oh, I love
because
Friday
all
Friday
those
Night
like
Lights,
movies,
Lone
like,
Survivor.
yeah, Deepwater
Remember
Horizon.
Deepwater Horizon, The Kingdom? Did
Yes.
you watch The Kingdom?
I did, yeah.
I did.
Hancock with Will Smith,
I've seen a
man.
lot of these.
Damn.
And he just did. This is what made me want. I gotta watch it. Is
Johnson, eh?
oh man, my fucking brain's going. American Primeval.
Oh, that's
Yes,
on
I
Netflix
put
right
it.
now?
I put that shit on my
Yeah, that was
like
that's,
favorites.
I think
to,
that's
like,
why you're
start
on it because
watching.
he made that and it just
Yeah.
came out.
Peter Berg. I want to see his
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, that's. I think that's
He
Netflix.
doesn't look like.
Oh, I know exactly who this guy is. Like I've seen his
No,
face.
That's not him.
That's not him.
That's got to be a different one.
That's the actor.
He's old.
Peter Berg,
He kind of
director.
actually looks like that could be his son or something almost.
Bro, that's him, man.
I don't
Friday
know.
Night Lights.
I mean, I just watched. I guess look at him. See? Like, that's
Oh
when
yeah,
he was
I
a
understand.
kid,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. This. Okay, I get it.
Like
I
I don't
get it,
even
yeah.
think that's him.
Let me see that. Yeah, that's him, dude. That's exactly him.
How long ago? Look at him here though.
Well, I
don't know when there these he's getting
images,
older.
like how, like.
Yeah. Yeah. You picked the ones when he's 15.
Dude, it's Google. It's not ChatGPT. It doesn't even show you a photo of him.
It probably does. Okay.
Yeah, no, it does not. Yeah, you had to type in picture, of course. I can't just show you his face. There, see? I knew it.
And then
Google
the
is still
Elon one was
Elon, did you finish it or no?
no.
So is it interesting or what?
Yeah.
Elon's always interesting, eh?
Yeah.
So when's he going to Mars? Is he gonna ever go to Mars
He
yet?
talked
Like
about
what's
it.
going on?
He,
Like where we
he already
at?
has,
Like
yeah, he's probably already been there.
but seriously though, where we at? Like when we shooting people up there? I want to witness this shit.
I
like
haven't
people
got to. I'm
witness when
sure
they
by
like
the end
went
of
up
the-
to the moon and shit.
Wasn't
They were talking about that square,
What square?
the square that they saw on Mars.
Bermuda Triangle?
Hmm?
I was like the Bermuda Square. Yeah. They added one more point.
And it's like, there's no way it's
That
not.
is something he would do. Adds like one more like rock in the water to make it the
Look at
Elon
that.
Musk Bermuda
That
Square.
Yeah.
question's tripping them out. No, look at so like they say this is.
So what's this, like
man-made.
a city and type of shit?
They're trying to say that there's already been contact.
Yeah, that this is like a. That's not a natural shape.
They're probably trying to say it's a pyramid. You know, I guarantee you there'll be some conspiracy about how like, oh, it's a base of a pyramid.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Nobody could
yeah.
have built the pyramids
Yeah.
on Earth at the time with the current technology available. That's gonna be a Joe Rogan episode.
100%. Or they're just gonna be like, this is a full-on
I think he
city
does.
just covered in dust.
I don't think that one.
I don't think that.
That's- yeah.
With that.
That's from a Predator versus Alien movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, the conspiracy goes we lived on Mars and then dipped to Earth, and now we're going back to Mars.
maybe.
That's what they say.
See, like the X Files music playing in the background. The whistle.
X-Files, yeah.
What else? We got anything else? What else was I doing today?
Well, I did a whole bunch of shit today, so
What'd you do today?
Today was a little bit quiet after that trip down to Niagara with Andrew and Nate. Yesterday was jam packed, but today was mainly just getting back to clients, training, posing, check-ins. That's what most Saturdays are for me.
do you still have a coach
Yep, absolutely.
in person?
Yeah.
Everything, yeah.
Oh, sorry, no. So he actually is from Niagara. Funny enough, I wasn't there for him yesterday.
Yeah.
But his name is Tyler Johnson, and I think I'm not sure if you would know him, but I think Jay's mentioned knowing him from the program.
Maybe I don't.
Yeah.
Might sound familiar, but yeah, I don't.
Regardless,
Yeah.
probably just knowing, just through all the pros in Canada and whatnot, people kind of have an idea of who's who. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
yeah, I've been with him for probably. Oh, how long ago was July now? Jeez,
Yeah.
feels like it was just like 2
Probably
seconds.
11 months ago. What
Yeah.
is it? Fucking July yet?
Yeah,
I
so
don't
I'm
know.
starting to
March
feel-
1st.
Yeah, you're close.
Yeah, you're right there. Not far off.
6 months ago.
Yeah,
Sorry.
right after Vancouver Pro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ian knows what happened before that, and that's pretty funny in and of itself. But
Yeah.
good story.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Probably just on like just more online client work and some back end stuff and things like that. I'm not gonna lie, you kind of caught me as I'm coming off of the exciting part of the week. So I've got
That's
Oh.
okay.
Mm.
Good thing. No, that was clutch that you were down to come on.
Oh no,
Yeah,
geez.
that's-
Cause, and then now maybe do one tomorrow, too.
Just keep it rolling.
We gotta go shoot some guns soon. They're probably
Did you renew your shit?
no. Did you?
No.
Oh, because I was gonna say. Honestly, I'm more inclined to go out to
So-
Buddy.
Right here.
No.
Buddy, like where we
Yeah.
go to with Joel.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, we should, because we've been there, so now you're actually like building a. It's same probably drive as going to Elmer anyway.
It's a little like
But
10
yeah,
minutes,
I,
but 100%. Even with the people who were there,
Yeah.
like all the guys that we go with. I mean, that they called us in, and we got a pretty good group, the 5
Yeah.
of us. So
And then next week, you guys gonna come next week?
Yeah, we're down.
Okay, good.
We got on the calendar. We're stoked.
I think it's gonna be good this next one because
man, the
There's a
last
really good
one I
card.
got
There's
fucked
really
up,
good,
man.
yeah, that's
UFC
why we were
card
just
down
talking about
there.
that because I remember on the last one I was like planning it. Let's look at that and then we'll go.
Look at what
Who's
like,
fighting next weekend?
It's Alex Pereira,
fought that.
versus this
There's a bunch of good ones.
like I don't know, like Dagestani guy. I think I don't know what he is.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
oh man,
Yo, this your boy buddy here,
313
ChatGPT is fucking up.
slow today. Pereira,
Ankalev.
who's that guy?
He's one of those like
More,
Dagestani dudes or something. I don't know where he's from.
Maybe this computer. Oh, there we go. I don't know why this computer's.
Curtis
Shama.
Blades.
It was a Shama.
Yeah.
That dude.
Prelim.
Saddest day of my life was when he got KO'd by Israel the second
Yeah,
day.
that was so
mad.
bad.
Gaethje
Bad KO too. He got
Yeah.
rocked,
wasn't
yeah.
Gaethje was
Gaethje
supposed to
was
fight?
fighting, but
bad,
versus Hooker, but Hooker dipped out. He like got
They-
hurt or something.
They usually do.
Main
Rafael
card.
Fiziev, not Dan Hooker.
I feel like there's a bunch of like those. Whatever.
Not Dan. I like the brackets specifically say not Dan Hooker.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that about? Oh, but Gaethje's still fighting.
Gaethje is fighting.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it
that's
was just
good.
a sub
But he
based on injury or something.
Yeah.
It's that or they just really don't like Dan Hooker. You imagine like they just write down the name of someone they really don't like beside every card.
Wait, this is weird though. So did these guys fight
They
already?
They already fought once.
And this they had fought. How many times did Dan Hooker and Gaethje fought?
Never.
Oh.
That would have been their first fight.
Oh,
That would be
maybe
a good
I was like,
fight,
maybe
though.
it was the second one for
Yeah.
both of these guys. So that's
Because
why they.
That'd be a
isn't
great
Gaethje is coming off like couple losses? No, didn't like Makachev fuck him up or somebody fucked him up?
Yeah, he's lost a bunch. I feel like I've watched him already, like fight his last fight.
This guy is crazy though that he's fighting.
Remember when he
Man,
fought
this thing's
Max
driving me
Holloway?
crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
They just stood and traded. That
Yeah.
was
Right.
sick.
And yeah, that's the one that
Yeah.
he got like banged out, dude. Just
Yeah.
like
They
done.
just stood and banged. I think
Yeah.
they both just like pointed down at the
Yeah.
octagon.
Yeah.
And then the last 10 seconds of the final round, they just
Yeah.
did it. That's great.
Yeah, so that's good. There'll be a
But
bunch
then
of
the
fights.
buddy ended up then fighting somebody else, and then he got like he lost, and it was just like now he's
Holloway?
not. Yeah, Holloway. Yeah.
Dude, the lightweight division is just killer's row. And the thing being
Yeah.
is that, like, they all have this explosive fight style
Yeah.
where they're these glass cannons.
Yeah.
Like, you know how, like, Nate Diaz and well, both Diaz brothers used to fight in a way where it was very high risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They knew they were opening themselves up. It was not very defensive.
That's why they
fighting.
got
Yeah.
fucked up a few
Yeah.
times, right?
And since Diaz left, a lot of these really entertaining guys, like you can go down the list. It could be Gaethje, it could be Hooker, it could be Holloway, it could be what's the Poirier.
Yeah.
Isn't
Poirier can
Yeah.
throw,
what's
man.
That's important.
O'Malley?
O'Malley,
He's
he's
bantamweight.
Oh, one
He's-
lighter.
yeah.
Could be wrong. Someone
He's
probably
not in
think
the
that's
same
one.
division.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
in the same division as Mirab.
He's
like-
he's not feather. I think he might be bantam.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be good. I
But
think it's gonna
he
be good
like
next weekend.
even him, right? He's done. He hasn't been because he was out because he
Who?
got hurt.
O'Malley?
O'Malley
he's
because he got hurt
fighting
against.
again.
When's he fighting next?
I
He
just-
was out for like a whole year.
Yeah, I think he had surgery or
Yeah,
something.
surgery.
Yeah.
I
Because
I
Buddy
think
fucked
he's
him
back.
up.
No, I
Merab
think
fucked
he's
him
like.
up.
I think he has a fight lined
Like
up.
there is already something lined up for him.
O'Malley fighting next. Maybe not. I don't know. I thought I heard that.
Next fight, no official fight.
Oh.
I thought he blew out his knee or something along those lines. I forget.
Oh,
Yeah, because
why
the
is
guy
this taking
kept
so
on
long?
beating his like thigh or something, and then he had to like go and like
Extended break up to a year.
yeah. Buddy messed him up, man.
No, what I was listening to is they had said I think it was probably Joe Rogan was saying that he's off everything, like he's been completely off social media and he's like hardcore training.
Oh,
Wow.
really? He's hardcore
Yeah.
training.
It's almost an
Alright.
oxymoron, but I like it. Let's tell you. He can box.
Yeah,
He's got
for
hands.
sure. He was a sniper, for sure.
Oh, yeah. He had some, like, his...
Hence
footwork.
O'Malley, Mirab's rematch. Dana White and O'Malley.
Yeah, I thought one of those dog. It's almost like a bad joke now. How many sentences start like with one of those Dagestani guys because their names are so.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like gymnastics pronouncing their names.
Did I send you that that one?
No, you didn't.
No, I'll show you it after. I
Yeah.
didn't.
Oh, the brother. Like, send him to...
Yeah, I'll show you it after this. Oh, that was
and
so
forget
funny.
about it.
Yeah.
I was dying. Yeah.
Send him here.
Yeah,
send him to the
here.
mountains or something.
Send him
like
here
that.
for
no.
2 years. Forget
I know
about it.
exactly what you're talking about. 2 3 years Dagestan. He forgets. Yeah, he's talking to DC.
DC,
He's
yeah.
telling DC if he sends his 10-year-old kid to Dagestan.
Yeah, I mean, the one I sent
But
him
this
was
is
a little
like a
different,
meme.
but
This is like a meme, yeah.
I've seen all the like remix reels.
Yeah, but it's so funny, man.
oh, it's so funny.
Brother, I smash his face.
Yeah.
I've seen a bunch where it's like some kid being sus, and then it cuts to like 2 3 years Dagestan. Don't worry, he forgets. He forgets.
We'll end this. I'll show you. I think it's a good spot to end.
I saw.
It's so funny,
Oh, it's
man.
funny.
And how serious how he is when
I
he
mean,
says it.
there's
too,
only
right?
like now, even just giving it this much context, there's only like a few things that it could be like.
Right.
Funny
right.
about it.
Yeah. It's just so funny, man.
I mean, it's already out there.
Yeah, I was laughing so hard when you sent me that. I was like,
I know.
because you don't know what to expect, and then all of a sudden, a serious face, you just like
Yeah.
Send him 2, 3 years.
Yeah,
'cause that's
and
his
forget.
Yeah.
That's his
Yeah.
name. Yeah. Well, is it Islam Makachev? I can't remember.
Makachev. Is it Makachev? Yeah. Those
Islam.
guys, man, they're
DC's like Islam.
yeah.
All right. You got anything else?
No, man. Next weekend, let's get
Yeah.
lit.
Next weekend.
Still,
Yeah.
on the last one,
Yeah.
I heard it was a little quieter, but it was still tight.
Yeah. It was chill. It was just one of those.
Was it chill?
Well, this ask him how it was.
Oh, it wasn't chill
was-
for Randy. I know that. But.
Oh, buddy,
Oh,
I was.
He was on.
Oh, you were. Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
saw you playing darts.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you? He doesn't even
Yeah.
remember darts.
But I don't even remember on the last one. I don't even remember like how I got home.
No.
You know how Randy put my name in? No, he put his name in there a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he
I have them.
he
They're,
already-
they're on my. I put them on my wall because there's 4 slips.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the podcast when we did
yes.
it?
So I was standing with him when he did that.
Yeah,
So-
loser.
right. So he kept on walking up to me and telling me the story he already told you on the podcast about how the night before he greened out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so he kept walking up to me back there, pardon me, and he kept on re-explaining the same story every like 10 minutes. And he's like, "Bro, I've only had like one drink, and I'm like smashed already." He's like, I was just too sensitive from being greened out. And then he walked over here, and he's like, "Hoss, you want your name in here?" And he's like, I was like, "Well, what's it about?" I was like, "Oh, it's some pizza. It's like a membership. I don't know." I was like, "Yeah, of course. Go ahead." And then he's like, "All right." He's like, "One for Hoss," and he writes Randy. And he's like, and he starts
Full circle.
What a loser.
10 seconds later, he's like, "You want one in here?" And I'm like, "What?" I was like, "Randy, just put one in." And he's like, "Yeah, that was Hoss. Do you want one for Kyle?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, I didn't tell him that he wrote his own name.
And they were all Randy on them.
Yeah, so
What a
I didn't,
loser.
So I didn't. No, he didn't mean to. I think he was just he started.
Oh, he meant to.
So I'll
Oh,
probably.
100%. That
He
was
looked
his
me right
goal.
in the eye, and he was like, "All right, one for Haas and one for Kyle." He wrote Randy on both of them. I told
Yeah.
him that he didn't remember it.
No, he's yeah. But yeah, okay, so that's good. We'll do it.
Well, he even said, he's like, at the beginning, he denied it completely. He's like, I did not do this. This is not my handwriting.
Oh, and then it's like
exact-
they're all the exact
Yeah.
same. And then later in the night, he's like, he was just sitting there randomly, was like completely. Obviously, this is 2 hours later on the podcast. He goes, "It was me,"
It was-
and
yeah, I
like
did
we
it.
out of
Yeah, I
context
did.
of what we were talking about, and we're like, "Yeah, we know it was you, Randy." Like,
Like activated sleeper agent.
Yeah. that's funny.
That I hung out with him probably like a week or two after that podcast. We were talking about that. I'm like, you know, like what actually happened, right? Like you were trying to write my name down, and you kept writing your own. And he's like, "Dude, are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "You kept telling me that you were sober, and the next second you
No, he knew exactly what he was
Oh.
doing.
I certainly believe
Yeah, I
so.
believe it.
That's something
I-
that Randy would do 100%.
He told when I was talking to him about, we were at his place
Yeah.
before he moved, and he was telling me, he's like, "Did I really?" He's like, "I had no idea, so I don't know."
We'll see. Somehow, I wonder
I
if he'll
trust
come this time or not. I did tell him. He said,
You know he's going to come down just for the pizza, bro.
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah, let me just give him some pizza,
"We'll do
man.
the same thing. I'll do a month giveaway, and then Probably just Pizza Project again, to be honest. I think it's going to be nice. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm looking forward to it. So we'll see how crazy I get. I actually do want to witness the fights because
Yeah, it's funny. Just since you said that earlier today, I was like, oh, yeah, we scheduled on the same time. And then, so March, April, May, the one we do next.
it's going to be the 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Sick.
That'll be a banger.
Yeah, so I want to do it big. Like, I want to have a barbecue out back and everything up here, out back.
Yeah.
Do something like,
And do be like
Yeah.
former members you can show up to.
Cut the tape, yeah.
no, you got to pay an admission.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to enter the giveaway, the month giveaway.
Yeah.
Admission is whatever you owed me before you
Before
your bank blocked me.
Oh,
Your admission is your
shit.
training fees from 2018.
I take that
This is
back. Just cut it out, man. I take it back.
Credit. That's funny. All right, you got anything else?
No, man, I'm good.
What?
man.
Okay, what are you getting to eat tonight?
Oh,
Anything?
I'm done.
Are you-
Ooh, that's a good question.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I'll. Why? You want to go eat something?
Well, I don't know if I want to go somewhere.
Why?
but-
You want to go to Wendy's?
Yeah, well.
Well,
Anyways, what do I get? I don't know. Jade just sent me a picture of this. So,
Dude, the
I
last
wouldn't-
thing I had was popcorn at the theater. Oh shit! What is that? Like
where was that?
probably Five Guys.
Five Guys?
Yeah.
No. Five Guys doesn't do a bun like that.
No,
You
I
sure?
don't know. They have a little more depressing flat bun.
Where is it? Let's see.
That's what
Where
actually I
is
was
that?
thinking.
That looks like
Wendy's.
no, it's not Wendy's.
A&W.
No.
What's it look like then? What's the wrapper say? Is it just plain old white?
I feel like someone just sent him this random picture of a really good burger, and he has to like track it down in the city.
Can't you do like that?
Burger
thing?
Burger, that's kind of where it
Burger
looks
Burger.
like it's
I
from.
was gonna say that too. Andrew told me they're really good. I haven't tried them yet. That's what I'll hit up after this, actually.
Well, that's why it led me to this question is like
Oh, so you want to go eat? All right.
Nice.
what's it
I
Saturday,
had popcorn, dude.
though? I don't
That's it.
I had popcorn
At
today
like 2
too.
p.m. Yeah.
You did?
I don't know.
No, I did at like 2
At
p.m.
2 p.m. Yeah.
I made
Same,
it.
same.
I made it today. It was-
Same.
I did the double layer of butter.
All right, well, I'll have to wait for her, but so are you gonna
So you
get
want to
food
go
after?
like get a burger?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna grab something to watch the finals of the.
Burger.
Nice. That was a good guess.
We were right.
Yes.
You know your burgers.
I haven't got it in a long time. I know that's
Yeah.
pathetic, especially because it is like it's not like a popular like
It's Waity's
for us
easy.
to know. I haven't even got Burger in probably 3 years, so that is even worse.
Is that the one on Richmond?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I want to. It might be
It's
too many
might
people down
might
there.
be
for
like
my
too many
liking.
hooligans and shit down there. Yeah.
All right,
I'm
well,
gonna
I'm
have
gonna
to go
figure
down
out
there
something to
strapped
get.
or something.
No,
No. I have a shank on me.
same.
All right.
All right, anything
Well,
else?
thanks for coming, man.
Yeah.
Short notice. That was
Yeah, that
awesome.
That was
Yeah.
clutch.
Yeah.
I had a few people too, so it was first come, first serve, and you were right there.
Nice.
Gibson messaged me.
Yeah.
You know Brandon Gibson?
He's getting surgery on
He's
Monday, isn't
he
he?
tore his bicep.
Yeah.
Ooh,
in
He
boxing.
did the boxing.
Okay, I thought you meant.
I want to hear that
something.
story though.
Yeah. What event was it? Boomers. You know
Was it the one that I think H was there too?
It was last weekend or 2 weekends
Yeah.
ago.
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah. H was telling me about it because I
And-
was gonna go drop some business cards there. Yeah.
Yeah, and he it was just like an amateur fight,
Yeah.
and well, I'll have him follow it up, but he sent me a picture the next day, right? And he goes, "Oh, went good, blah blah blah." Like, "Oh, I think I fucked my arm up," right? And I'm like, "Dude, you're like not
Just
to
roll
like
up to his
worry."
shoulder?
Well, he said, This is like the conversation was like,
Yeah.
the conversation was like, is it like you'd kind of know? I mean, I feel I've never done it, but like you kind of know as far as you kind of know, and but you don't know at all because it's not like crazy, right? Like, anyways, he sent me. I'm like, is it like rolled up to your shoulder? He's like, like look, and I'm like, oh, dude, like not to scare the shit out of you, but like
Yeah.
I think you fully tore your bicep. And he's like, yeah, it's like bruised right down here. I'm like, yeah, that's where the insertion is. Like,
Yeah.
go get that checked out like ASAP.
And the blood always runs down.
Yeah.
So, like if you have a bicep, it might be here, and if you tear a pec, it might pull on your bicep.
Yeah. So
sleep on your
like
back,
that's
yeah.
where like, and I know guys that have got their bicep reattached, and that's where they cut it and reattach it, right? They go in here because it actually attaches down here.
So nasty.
Yeah. So he sent me that picture. I'm like, dude, like I don't want to freak you out or anything, like, but go get that checked out and like chill on it. He went to like 3 different. He went to a doctor. He went to a walk-in. Then he went to the doctor. They're both like meh, mild tear, like nothing. This. And he told me that. I'm like, oh, I'm thankful I was wrong.
Yeah.
And then he through that process he ended up getting an ultrasound, and the doctor was like, yeah, full tear. We need to get you in for surgery.
Damn.
That's the thing. Some of them.
And I was like, yeah, I was right.
Yeah, and then some of them. If you do always boxing, that makes sense. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you're deadlifting, that's coming all the way up.
Yeah, and he fought the rest of the fight and shit. But he sent me the picture. Like, if you see the picture,
I've
like,
seen it, yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, oh yeah, like I mean, but if you don't know what you're looking at, maybe. But I'm like, you would have
But
to
it
have
looked,
like a drastic.
it's like literally a ball.
Yeah.
You can see the ball, and I was like,
mean,
your
it's just-
biceps don't look like
it's
that.
not. Some people's do, right? Like some
Yeah,
people
yeah,
have
of
a
course.
higher like insertion level or whatever.
Right.
But
But never more than like 3 fingers. When it's like it's
Yeah.
all right up here, you're like,
Right.
yeah.
Looks
So,
like there's a
anyways,
golf ball in there.
he's gonna have surgery on Tuesday, like this coming Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's good they're getting to it quick. That helps a lot.
And
Yeah, because he
then,
was like looking. He's like, "Can somebody please pick me up or like from
Yeah.
surgery?" I was like, "I would love."
And he's
to.
gonna
like,
come
he'd
back
be like,
on
"Ah."
after he gets the surgery with his belt and shit.
Yeah.
That's tight.
So we'll have to, because we had him on
Before.
a week before the fight.
Yeah.
And so
So you're before and after.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Good news and bad news, boys.
yeah.
Well, we'll see you after Pittsburgh. How about that?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Well, maybe before then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you-
I do go to this gym. So.
No, but like come back on here.
Yeah.
We should do it. You should come on like
Maybe a few weeks before.
whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
But yeah, a couple weeks before or whatever, 2 to 8 weeks before,
Sure.
and then after.
Yeah, when I stalled my brain, like ideally. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but you know, it's whatever. It's not like this is high demanding
No. It'd be
thing,
fun,
but
But it'll be
tight.
just to see the process, like
Yeah.
what happens prior, what stage you're at, and then it's
Yeah.
like
what happens?
what
yeah.
happens.
See how fat my face is in comparison now till then.
Just a
That'd be
before
great.
and after,
Yeah. Probably side by side clip.
Yeah.
Me when I was all fat and happy versus when I'm like emaciated, look like Gollum. yeah.
All right.
The
So I'm gonna go
precious.
figure out what to eat.
Yeah, for real, much time.
Until next time. Thanks for listening. See ya.